Both will lead you towards the main hallway stairways. If you are seated at the rostrum, your nearest exits are on the north and south sides, leading directly to the rear entrance lobby and out to the helipad area. Finally, if you are unable to leave the plenary hall, do not panic. Essential safety items, a hard hat, whistle, bottled water, and flashlight are readily available under your table for your immediate use. Thank you for your attention. Your safety is our shared responsibility.
Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to take up additional reference of business and request that the Secretary General be directed to read the titles of bills and resolutions on first reading, as well as communications and committee reports. I so move.
There's a motion. Is there any objection? There being none, the Secretary General is hereby directed to read the titles of the said bills and said communications.
Additional reference of business. Bills on first reading. House Bill number 8500, regulating the debt collection practices of creditors and debt collectors by Representative Plato.
To the Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries.
House Bill number 8501, requiring the placement of defibrillators in public spaces by Representative Matibag.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8502, creating a dental unit in every rural health unit under the DOH by Representative Matibag.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8503, requiring all national, regional, and provincial government hospitals to establish, operate, and maintain dialysis ward or unit in their respective hospital by Representative Matibag.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8504, granting Filipino citizenship to Sister Maria Teresa Casali Ravasio by Representative Matibag.
To the Committee on Justice.
House Bill number 8505, prohibiting excessive motor vehicle muffler and exhaust noise by Representative Tiangco.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8506, mandating the TESDA to update the existing training for work scholarship program, special training for employment program, and technical and vocational education and training by Representative De Los Santos.
To the Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill number 8507, mandating the inclusion of nutritional information of meals served by food retail businesses by Representative De Los Santos.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8508, to require each agency of the government to establish and implement a policy under which employees shall be authorized to telecommute by Representative De Los Santos.
To the Committee on Civil Service and Professional Regulation.
House Bill number 8509, mandating the DILG and the PNP to update existing protocols of the Children and Women's Desk in the Philippines by Representative De Los Santos.
To the Committee on Public Order and Safety.
House Bill number 8510, granting additional benefits to Filipino centenarians, recognizing octogenarians and nonagenarians by Representative De Los Santos.
To the Committee on Senior Citizen.
House Bill number 8511, expanding the scope of and providing for expanded paternity leave benefits by Representative Almario Chino Miguel.
To the Committee on Labor and Employment and the Committee on Civil Service and Professional Regulation.
House Bill number 8512, establishing a subcommittee on autism under the National Council on Disability Affairs by Representative Almario Chino Miguel.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8513, establishing a national referral pathway by Representative Marquez.
To the Committee on the Welfare of Children.
House Bill number 8514, recognizing the German European School Manila Incorporated by Representative Marquez.
To the Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8515, protecting children from unhealthy food marketing by Representative Marquez.
To the Committee on Health and the Committee on the Welfare of Children.
House Bill number 8516, establishing a mechanism for the temporary suspension of toll fees during periods of high global oil prices by Representative Valeriano.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8517, instituting a national early protection and intervention framework for children with developmental delays and disabilities, establishing a national referral pathway by Representative Fresnedi.
To the Committee on Welfare of Children.
House Bill number 8518, promoting and protecting the health of school children in public elementary and secondary schools and learning centers through a healthy food and beverage program by Representative Fresnedi.
To the Committee on Welfare of Children. 8518. Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill 8519, granting franchise to Kaisar Broadcasting Network Incorporated by Representative Salceda.
Committee on Legislative Franchises.
House Bill number 8520, to codify the laws relative to Philippine budgeting by Representative Garcia Albert.
To the Committee on Revision of Laws.
House Bill number 8521, authorizing the DOH to set and approve the bed capacity and service capability of all DOH hospitals section by Representative Hernandez Chariz Ann.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8522, instituting a national plan of action for the care, support, and inclusion of persons with autism spectrum disorder by Representative Hernandez Chariz Ann.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8523, institutionalizing the Schools of Living Hernandez Chariz Ann.
8523, no? Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8524, establishing the Science for Future Ready Philippines program by Representative Salceda.
To the Committee on Science and Technology.
House Bill number 8525, institutionalizing the Bagong Urgent Care and Ambulatory Services Center program of the DOH by Representative Dimacuja.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8526, introducing a non-cash component in the 4Ps by Representative Dimacuja.
To the Committee on Poverty Alleviation.
House Bill number 8527, mandating the publication and distribution of official local heritage books for all cities and municipalities, establishing the Local Heritage Publication Program by Representative Dimacuja.
To the Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8528, establishing a Philippine Strategic Petroleum Reserve System by Representative Nazal.
Committee on Energy.
House Bill number 8529, amending the Anti-Hazing Act of 2018 by Representative Ordanes.
To the Committee on Justice.
House Bill number 8530, institutionalizing local cleanup teams and increasing the fines and penalties imposed under the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000 by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
To the Committee on Ecology.
House Bill number 8531, mandating the installation of CCTV systems in barangay posts and other specific locations under the jurisdiction of LGUs by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
8531. 31. Yeah. Committee on Public Order.
House Bill number 8532, providing for free dental, vision, and hearing assistive devices, including dentures, prescription glasses, and hearing aids to senior citizens and indigents by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8533, strengthening the rights of peace rate workers by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
To the Committee on Health. Committee on Labor and Employment.
House Bill number 8534, recognizing transportation network companies and drivers by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8535, mandating the establishment of public crematoriums in cities and municipalities and extending free crematorial services to indigent families by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
To the Committee on Social Services.
House Bill number 8536, requiring food establishments to provide nutrition and calorie information on menus by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
To the Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8537, establishing a comprehensive fuel subsidy program by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8538, providing for a Magna Carta of commuters by Representative Soriano and Tulfo Jocelyn.
To the Committee, this is 39, no? 39? 38? To the Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8539, providing for a free financial education to OFWs and their families by Representative Soriano.
Committee on Overseas Workers Affairs.
House Bill number 8540, to provide early youth suicide intervention and prevention. 541, creating an additional district engineering office in the province of Eastern Samar by Representatives Gonzales, Christopher Sheen, and Libanan.
Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Bill number 8542, granting full insurance coverage to all qualified agrarian reform beneficiaries of the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program by Representative Arrogancia.
Committee on Agrarian Reform.
House Bill number 8543, providing for a Magna Carta of tricycle drivers and operators by Representative Arrogancia.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8544, establishing the Classroom Building Acceleration Program by Representative Arrogancia.
Committee on Basic Ed and Culture.
House Bill 8545, strengthening Philippine disaster risk financing by Representative Arrogancia.
Committee on Disaster Resilience.
House Bill number 8546, strengthening the National Nutrition Program by Representative Arrogancia.
Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8547, institutionalizing the Teacher in Every Barrio program, establishing a scholarship and incentives program by Representative Arrogancia.
The Committee on Basic Education, Culture, Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill number 8548, simplifying and standardizing the documentary requirements for accessing government financial assistance by Representative Veloso.
To the Committee on Social Services.
House Bill 8549, establishing the Anti-Stunting Action Plan Council in the Philippines by Representative Veloso.
Committee on Health.
House Bill 8550, providing for the online safety of children, imposing a minimum age for social media account registration by Representative Veloso.
To the Committee on Information and Communication Technology.
House Bill number 8551, renationalizing and upgrading the Negros Oriental Provincial Hospital into Dumaguete City, Negros Oriental, converting it into a 500-bed capacity Level 3 hospital to be known as the Negros Oriental Medical Center by Representative Veloso.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8552, strengthening domestic pharmaceutical manufacturing by Representative Veloso.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8553, modernizing the practice of optometry by Representative Veloso.
To the Committee on Civil Service and Professional Regulation and the Committee on Health.
House Bill numbers 8554 and 8555, establishing fish ports in Magallanes and Pilar, Sorsogon by Representative Escudero.
To the Committee on Aquaculture and Fisheries Resources.
House Bill number 8556, converting the Corella-Balilihan Provincial Road stretching from Poblacion, Corella to Del Carmen Sur, Balilihan in the province of Bohol into a national road by Representative Yap John G. Snell.
Committee on Public Works and Highways.
House Bill number 8557, renaming the Governor Celestino Galares Multi-Specialty Medical Center in Cortes, Bohol to Bohol Medical Specialty Center by Representative Yap John G. Snell.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8558, converting the Dipolog Airport in Zamboanga del Norte into Dipolog International Airport by Representative Amatong.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8559, creating the Zamboanga del Norte Provincial Irrigation Master Plan by Representative Amatong.
Committee on Agriculture and Food.
House Bill number 8560, authorizing the President, under clear and limited conditions, to temporarily reduce or suspend the imposition of excise taxes on certain petroleum products during extraordinary global oil prices shocks, providing safeguards and congressional oversight by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Ways and Means.
House Bill number 8561, imposing excise tax on plastic bags by Representative Odocado.
Committee on Ways and Means.
House Bill number 8567, prescribing incentives applicable to the integration of the nuclear energy sector into the electricity sector of the Huangco Mark.
To the Special Committee of Nuclear Energy.
House Bill number 8576, establishing the Antipolo Rizal Tertiary Hospital by Representative Acop.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8585, upgrading the district office of the LTO located in San Ildefonso, Ilocos Sur into a Class A district office by Representative Singson Ronald.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8586, enhancing unemployment insurance benefits under the Social Security Act of 2018 by Representative Odocado.
Committee on Government Enterprises and Privatization.
House Bill number 8587, protecting and promoting the rights and welfare of commuters by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8588, amending the Anti-Hazing Act of 2018 by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Justice.
House Bill number 8589, granting a 10% discount to military and uniformed personnel on certain goods and services by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on National Defense, Security, and the Committee on Public Order and Safety.
House Bill number 8590, strengthening the establishment, development, and maintenance of municipal tree parks in every municipality in the Philippines by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Local Government.
House Bill number 8591, institutionalizing basic financial literacy education in the K-12 basic education curriculum, including its offering as a core subject in junior and senior high school by Representative Yap Christopherson.
To the Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8592, requiring air carriers and passenger ship operators to provide emergency injectable allergy medication on board by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8593, creating the Philippine Business Registry Data Bank, establishing a framework for interoperability with existing government business databases by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Trade and Industry.
House Bill number 8594, providing hazard pay, national health insurance, and group accident insurance to accredited disaster response rescuers and volunteers engaged in authorized disaster response and emergency operations during formally declared states of calamity, emergency, or imminent disaster, by Representative Yap Christopherson.
To the Committee on Disaster Resilience.
House Bill number 8595, establishing quality and safety standards for mineral, carbonated, and other bottled drinking water, by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Trade and Industry.
House Bill number 8596, establishing a senior citizen caregiving facility in the 2nd District of the province of Southern Leyte, by Representative Yap Christopherson.
To the Committee on Senior Citizen.
House Bill number 8597, establishing a national sex offender registry, by Representative Yap Christopherson.
To the Committee on Public Order and Safety.
House Bill number 8598, protecting children and minors in social media platforms, by Representative Yap Christopherson.
85998. Committee on Welfare of Children.
House Bill number 8599, imposing stiffer penalties for child abuse, exploitation, and discrimination, by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Welfare and Children.
House Bill number 8600, amending the creating a board of claims under the DOJ for victims of unjust imprisonment or detention and victims of violent crimes by providing enhanced compensation for persons imprisoned, by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Justice.
House Bill number 8601, providing a direct electricity subsidy for qualified low-income households, by Representative Yap Christopherson.
Committee on Energy.
House Bill number 8602, amending Section 5 of the Biofuels Act of 2006 by adding a new paragraph 5.4, by Representative Maronda.
Committee on Energy.
House Bill number 8603, requiring social media accounts to be verified through the PhilSys, by Representative Baronda.
Committee on Information and Communication Technology.
House Bill number 8604, providing fuel subsidy for municipal fisherfolk, by Representative Dugamo.
Committee on Aquaculture and Fishery Resources.
House Bill number 8605, mandating a smoke-free environment in all public and workplaces, by Representative Dugamo.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8606, strengthening K-3 foundational learning and nurturing care by establishing a national K-3 program with an early language, literacy, and numeracy core, integrating social and emotional learning and values formation, aligning health, nutrition, and responsive caregiving supports, by Representative Erice.
Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8607, upgrading the classification of Legazpi District Office of the LTO in Legazpi City, Albay from Class C to Class A District Office, by Representative Loria.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8608, prohibiting violence and harassment in the world of work, by Representatives Elago, Co, and Tino.
Committee on Labor and Employment.
House Bill number 8613, providing for the establishment of an OFW sleeping quarters at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport and resting lounges in all international airports which cater flights to and out of the Philippines, by Representative Yamsuan.
To the Committee on Overseas Workers Affairs.
House Bill number 8614, requiring the disclosure of nutritional information in menus of food service establishments, by Representative Yamsuan.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8615, providing for protection of the remittances of OFWs, by Representative Yamsuan.
Committee on Overseas Workers Affairs.
House Bill number 8616, increasing the penalties for prohibited acts inimical to the public interest and national security involving petroleum and/or petroleum products, by Representative Yamsuan.
Committee on Energy.
House Bill number 8617, mandating the PhilHealth to develop and provide a benefit package for postpartum mental health of Filipino women, by Representative Yamsuan.
Committee on Health.
House Bill number 8618, prohibiting public or private educational institutions from preventing their disadvantaged graduating students to participate in their graduation ceremony for reasons of outstanding financial or property obligations, such as unpaid tuition and other school fees, by Representative Yamsuan.
Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill number 8624, establishing the Baybay City National High School for the Arts, by Representative Kari.
Committee on Higher and Technical Ed. Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8625, establishing the Baybay City Science High School by Representative Carey.
Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8628, providing for a Magna Carta of workers, enterprises, and organizations in the informal economy by Representatives Ismula, Diokno, Sendanya, and Bagao.
Committee on Labor and Employment.
House Bill number 8629, establishing an LTFRB district office in Siaton, Negros Oriental by Representative Digamo.
Committee on Transportation.
House Bill number 8630, providing for the right married women to retain their maiden surnames by Representative Almario Chino Miguel.
Committee on Revision of Laws.
House Bill number 8631, creating Barangay Balili North in Mangkayan, Benguet by Representative Yap Eric.
Committee on Local Government.
House Bill number 8632, modernizing the Bureau of Immigration by Representative Yap Eric.
Committee on Justice.
House Bill number 8633, providing for a comprehensive and responsive civil registration and vital statistics system by Representative Yap Eric.
Committee on Population and Family Relations.
House Bill number 8634, establishing the Benguet Agricultural Logistics and Transport Support Program by Representative Yap Eric.
Committee on Agriculture and Food.
House Bill number 8635, creating the National Creative Industries Investment Program by Representative Yap Eric.
Special Committee on Creative Industries.
House Bill number 8636, establishing a framework for blue economy by Representative Yap Eric.
Economic Affairs.
House Bill number 8637, creating an independent People's Commission to investigate anomalies in all government infrastructure projects by Representative Yap Eric.
Committee on Government Reorganization.
House Bill number 8638, promoting safe online spaces for all mobile multimedia applications and digital platform users by Representative Yap Eric.
Committee on Welfare of Children.
House Bill number 8639, institutionalizing and enhancing the Skills Certificate Equivalency Program of the CSC and the TESDA by Representative Yap Eric.
To the Committee on Civil Service, Professional Regulation, and Committee on Higher and Technical Ed.
House Bill number 8640, renaming Polis Barrio High School in Poblacion, Kibungan, Benguet to Poldo Babsa I Elementary School by Representative Yap Eric.
To the Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill number 8641, expanding the coverage of the Telecommuting Act to include public sector employees, providing incentives for telecommuting employers by Representative Yap Eric.
Committee on Labor and Employment, Committee on Civil Service and Professional Regulation.
House Bill number 8642, reclassifying certain forest lands in the province of Benguet into alienable and disposable lands to reflect actual land use and to enable indigenous cultural communities, indigenous peoples, to secure ownership documents over their lands by Representative Yap Eric.
Committee on Natural Resources.
House Bill number 8643, providing emergency relief through temporary toll fee relief and the reduction or suspension of certain Philippine Ports Authority-related port charges during periods of extraordinary fuel price increases by Representative Nazal.
Committee on Transportation.
Resolutions. House Resolution 893, urging the DTI and the DOE, in coordination with the LGUs, to conduct a study and assess the need to temporarily adjust and or reduce the operating hours of malls and other commercial establishments nationwide as part of the energy efficiency and conservation measures by Representative Almario Chino Miguel.
Committee on Trade and Industry.
House Concurrent Resolution 13, approving the sale, transfer, or assignment of the controlling interest in FBS Radio Network, Inc. to Prague Management Corporation by Representative Yamsuan.
Committee on Legislative Franchises.
Message from the Senate. Message dated March 17, 2026, informing the House of Representatives that on even date, the Senate passed Senate Bill number 1982, in which it requests the concurrence of the House.
To the Committee on Rules.
Committee reports. Committee report numbers 225 and 226, submitted by the Committee on Higher and Technical Education on House Resolution numbers 895 and 896. Committee Report 227, submitted by the Committees on Poverty Alleviation and Appropriations and Ways and Means on House Bill number 8647. Committee Report numbers 228 and 229, submitted by Committee on Youth and Sports Development on House Resolution numbers 897 and 898.
All committee reports are referred to the Committee on Rules.
Subpoenas duces tecum. Pursuant to Section 153, Rule 24 of the Provisional Rules of the House of Representatives, transmitting the subpoenas duces tecum issued by the Office of the Ombudsman for the following: FF-C-DEC-25-0326, FF-C-DEC-25-0336, FF-C-DEC-25-0337, and criminal case numbers E-SB-26-CRM-0001 and E-SB-26-CRM-0002.
Thank you very much, Secretary General. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the House and the Senate have approved on third reading House Bill number 8418 and Senate Bill number 1982, respectively authorizing the President of the Philippines to suspend or reduce the excise taxes on petroleum products during national or global economic emergencies. We have been informed that the Committee on Ways and Means, sponsor of House Bill number 8418, as well as the authors thereof, is in concurrence with the provisions of Senate Bill number 1982. In accordance with our rules, I move to adopt Senate Bill number 1982 as an amendment to House Bill number 8418.
There's a motion to adopt Senate Bill number 1982 as an amendment to House Bill number 8418. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The Senate 82 is adopted as an amendment to House Bill number 8418. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the House and the Senate have also approved on third reading House Bill number 7301 and Senate Bill number 1719, respectively declaring the month Philippine Veterans Month. We have been informed that the Committee on Veterans Affairs and Welfare, sponsor of House Bill number 7301, as well as the authors thereof, is in concurrence with the provisions of Senate Bill number 1719. In accordance with our rules, I move to adopt Senate Bill number 1719 as amendment to House Bill number 7301.
There is a motion to adopt Senate Bill 19 as an amendment to House Bill number 7301. Is there any objection? All those who are in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those who object, please say nay. The ayes have it. Senate Bill number 1719 is adopted as an amendment to House Bill number 7301. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to designate the following members for the Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions of House Bill number 5939 and Senate Bill number 1899, allowing the Department of Education the flexibility to determine the pedagogical approaches to be eliminated in the basic education curriculum. The said representatives would be Ramon Romulo, Kenneth Gatchalian, Jaime Pishnedi, Ann Victoria Veloso Tuazon, Rene Luis Co.
Pedagogical. Correct. This is correct. Approaches. Okay. There's a motion to designate the aforementioned members to the said bicameral conference committee. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to designate the following members for the Conference Committee on the Disagreeing Provisions on House Bill number 4745 and Senate Bill number 1937, institutionalizing the public basic education schools in geographically isolated and disadvantaged and conflict-affected areas, providing access roads leading to last-mile schools. Representative Ramon Romulo, Jude Asidre, Agatha Agay Cruz, Antonino Ramon Antonio Tino.
There's a motion to designate the aforementioned members to the said conference committee. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend session for a few minutes.
Session suspended. Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we may request to acknowledge the guest of Representative Joseph Salbatan from the officials from Isabela State University, Dr. Mileto Mayormente, Dr. Emerson Barceleno, Dr. Edgardo Sario, and Dr. Oscar Bangayan.
To the guests of Congressman Joseph Salvatore Tan, welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, may request to acknowledge the guest of Deputy Majority Leader Julian Jam Baronda. The visitors are esteemed members of the judiciary serving as the judges of the Supreme Court from different regions of the Philippines, namely Judge Camille Joyce Carnanza, Judge Alvin Landicho, Judge Christine Kaluway, Judge Annalisa Sarzosa Radaza, Judge Maria Shelo Velasquez, Judge Michelle Villaster, Judge Jerly Requerme, Judge Charmaine Mascardo, Judge Lady Velasco, and Damiel Sabanal.
To the guests of Congresswoman Julian Jam Baronda and Deputy Speaker Janet Garin. To the honorable members of the judiciary, welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend session for a few minutes.
Session suspended. Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the guests of the Honorable Jefferson Conghun from the 1st District of Zambales, namely Ryan Steve Escanlar, Riget Barrera, Abigail Dondriano, Raquel Bulaong, Mary Jane Mendoza, Percy Rojas, Janet Alagon, Jester Banda, Charisse Quinto, Edmar Lucido, Sean Racen Lababit, Mike Jonicio Oquin, Alucia Maravilla, Elizabeth Tamaño, Ronald Fabian, Ronald Howard Lacandili, Michael Alegre. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
To the guests of our Deputy Speaker, Jefferson Conghun, the 17 barangay secretaries from the city of Olongapo, welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the guests of the Honorable Munir Arbison from the 2nd District of the Province of Sulu, and they are Marvin Mundok, Suharto Asmali, Haina Sakilan, Jihana Asiri, Aljarib Salamundin. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
To the guests of Congressman Munir Arbison, our colleague from Mindanao, welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, may I request to acknowledge the guest of Representative Edwin Angchuan, the delegation of barangay officials from the Municipality of Catarman, Province of Northern Samar, headed by ABC President Honorable Beatrice Amanda, composed of barangay captains, barangay kagawads, and barangay officials and SK chairman.
To the guests of Congressman Edwin Ongchuan, led by the ABC President, Ma'am Beatrice Amande, whose delegation is composed of barangay captains, barangay kagawads, barangay officials, and SK chairman from the province of Northern Samar, Municipality of Catarman. Welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, may I request to acknowledge the guest of Representative Nico Raul Daza from Northern Samar, 1st District. They are from the Liga ng mga Barangay, Catarman Chapter, from the 1st District of Northern Samar, headed by the ABC President, Betty Amande.
To the guests of Congressman Nico Raul Daza, headed by the ABC President Betty Amande, together with former Congressman Raul Daza. Nandito ba si Congressman Daza, my former colleague? Is he present? Is he with us today? He was my mentor when I was a beginning congressman. Napakaswerte nyo, nakasama nyo si Congressman Daza. Welcome to the House of Representatives. Welcome back home, Congressman. Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, under the calendar of unfinished business, I move that we resume consideration of House Bill 8389 as contained in Committee Report 143, submitted by the Committee on Rules. And for this purpose, may I ask that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill.
There's a motion. Is there any objection? There being none, the Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of the said bill so that we can continue deliberation on the same. Secretary
House
General.
Bill number 8389, an act prohibiting political dynasties in national and local elective offices.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, the status of the measure is that it is under the period of sponsorship and debate. And for that purpose, may we recognize from the minority, Representative Rene Luis Co of the Kabataan Party List for her interpellation.
Majority Leader, who will be sponsoring the measure?
May we recognize the Honorable Zia Alonto Adyong to sponsor the measure.
The sponsor, Congressman Zia Alonte Adjong, you're recognized. And for her interpellation, Congresswoman Ko, you are recognized. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good afternoon to our good sponsor. Speaker, ang tunay na esensya ng ating konstitusyon ay buksan ang pintuan ng pampublikong serbisyo para sa karaniwang mamamayan. Pero sa pagkilatis natin ng substitute bill na ito, marami po tayong mga tanong no, tungkol sa kung paano po ba magagawa nito ang pagbukas ng opportunities for public service and paano niya exactly pinoprohibit yung political dynasties. So, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, will the good sponsor yield to a few questions from this representation on the substitute bill on a political dynasty measure?
Of course, Mr. Speaker, gladly I will be responding to the question of Congresswoman Ko.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Unang tanong po, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, familiar po ba tayo sa RA 10742 or the Sangguniang Kabataan Reform Act?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
I'd like to cite a specific section, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, Section 10. Nakalaad po doon ang mga kwalifikasyon na dapat meron ang isang kabataan aged 18 to 24 para po siya ay kumandidato sa SK. No? May negative qualification po doon. They must not be related within the second civil degree of consanguinity or affinity to any incumbent elected national official or to any incumbent elected regional, provincial, city, municipal, or barangay official in the locality where they seek to be elected. No? So, tama po, no, though hindi po anti-political dynasty law. Ang RA 10742, ito ay political dynasty limitation. Tama po ba, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor?
Mr. Speaker, I don't have the exact article that you have just referenced to earlier, but you know, I trust that the good lady from the Kabataan Party List exactly point by point quoted, Mr. Speaker, the said section. If that is the case, then I would agree to her, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Please rest assured, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, that yes, this is a recital of the exact law, Section 10, and may pagkakaiba, no, sa wording ng political dynasty limitation here doon sa measure na pinopropose natin ngayon. Specifically, no, dito, must not be related to any incumbent elected national official or to any incumbent elected regional, provincial, city, municipal, or barangay. So, it says, no, it's an or, so pareho po, dapat ma-meet na qualification. Bawal po may existing national na relative within the second degree, bawal din sa lokal. No? Pero tama po, no, in both instances, the evil to be addressed is the proliferation of political dynasties, which is in line with the constitutional prohibition of political dynasties. Would you agree, good sponsor?
What we agree, Mr. Speaker, is that the political dynasty as being deliberated by the floor and being introduced by the committee is to decentralize and decongest and to weaken the control of one political family over resources of one political unit, Mr. Speaker. To a point, Mr. Speaker, that check and balances is being threatened to a point that it is already being inimical as to how they are being observed, Mr. Speaker, in one locality simply because of the relationship between and among mayors, vice mayors, and councilors, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. So that is the intent, Mr. Speaker, of this proposed anti-political dynasty under the substitute bill, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, samahan niyo po ko sana i-apply natin yung existing political dynasty limitations in law applicable to SK. No? SK po, 18 to 24 yan. So sabihin natin, may kabataan, 24 years old, on the date of the 2026 SK elections year. Pero gusto niyang maging SK chairperson, pero may nanay po siyang mayor. So tama po, hindi po pwedeng tumakbo ang kabataan na to for SK chairperson. Tama po ba?
Mr. Speaker, according to the Section 10, Mr. Speaker, if the SK candidate was willing to run for an office, Mr. Speaker, where the mother resides, meaning in the same locality, and it's clearly, Mr. Speaker, she or he cannot assume the office, Mr. Speaker. What we're trying to provide, Mr. Speaker, under our version of the anti-political dynasty is the right, Mr. Speaker, for others to run, because occupying a certain office, an actual office, is different from running for an office, Mr. Speaker, and that is what we're trying to elaborate and further explain. to some of our members, Mr. Speaker. In this case, Section 10 is referencing the actual occupancy, Mr. Speaker, of the SK election, where the mother, the father, or really any of the any individuals within the prohibited second degree of consanguinity is competently occupying an office, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Apo, so tama. Kapag if ever no may running pero ang nakalagay po dito magiging negative qualification yung relation niya within the second degree, pwede po siyang maitanggal sa posisyon because hindi po siya qualified. So, but generally, yes po. So, limitation yon. Kung may mayor mother, may SK, natatakbo in that locality, bawal. Hindi po pwede. May limitation. Tama po?
That is the intention, Mr. Speaker, of the law that the good
That exists,
lady
opo.
is citing the BSK law, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. But we are talking of the anti-political dynasty of this current substitute bill, which I believe the representative ko would be discussing after he is citing the BSK law. Hopefully that we will discuss the current matter, subject matter of this current plenary debate, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, the sponsor wishes, I'll speed it up po, Mr. Speaker. Ayon po sa batas doon, kung may mayor mother siya, kung may senator grandfather, kung may asawa na mas matanda, pero governor, no, in a locality, bawal po itong 24-year-old SK chairperson aspirant, no, na mag-hold ng position, no, dahil po sa existing limitations in law. But hypothetically,
Speaker,
itong batas na po ito, let me continue po, my point na lang po. Pumasa po itong batas na nakasalang po ngayon dito at i-apply for 2028 national elections. This 24-year-old will become 26 at gusto pong tumakbo para sa barangay captain. So given po na may mayor mother siya, na meron pong senator grandfather, na may asawang gobernador, at ngayon itong SK na dating bawal tumakbo for positions because of the limitations in law, tatakbo for barangay captain sa kanyang lokalidad. Pwede po. Tama po ba, Mr. Speaker?
Yes, pwede, Mr. Speaker. And not only those restrictions that the good lady from Kabataan cited. In fact, age is also a restriction. Residency is also a restriction. So we have to also be not selective in trying to point out just we want to reinforce our argument that the anti-political system is no longer effective once we adopt the APD version of this House currently discussing vis-a-vis with the Kabataan BSK law, Mr. Speaker. In fact, hindi lang po yun ng mga restriction. Even the residency in age is also a restriction, Mr. Speaker. Just to be clear, Mr. Speaker, that we will be on the same page, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Yes po, pero at the essence of it, mas maraming restrictions applicable for SK aspirants, for youth, kaysa sa ibang elective public positions as provided in this bill, no? Bakit po ganito? Yes, merong mga residency distinctions. I think yun din po ay present in law. Pero nonetheless, no, it is mas saklaw siya ng malaki kumpara sa kung anong saklaw that would be applicable to generally, no, all other elective public positions na hindi SK.
Yeah, because, Mr. Speaker, to give you a straight answer, the difference is that the SK law is governed and described by law. While the others, Mr. Speaker, other positions, Mr. Speaker, are provided for by the Constitution. Like, for example, the congressman and governor, and would require constitutional amendment, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. That is a very clear and straight answer that I can provide to the good lady from Kabataan, Mr. Speaker. In this case, the Constitution speaks that there has to be an anti-political dynasty as may be provided for by law. The SK election is provided by and governed by a law. In this case, the other positions, Mr. Speaker, is given provided by the Constitution in itself, Mr. Speaker, Your Honors.
But nonetheless, Mr. Chair, from the answers that you provided, concerned din po ako dahil ayon din po sa Konstitusyon, meron pong Article 3, Section 1 that provides that no person shall be denied the equal protection of laws. And under the Supreme Court, no, ang mga desisyon ng Korte Suprema, meron pong fourfold test sa paano natin masasabi kung na-observe po ba ang equal protection. Apat po yun, no? May substantial distinction, germane to the purpose, not limited to existing conditions, and applies equally within the class. Ang concern ko, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, may paglabag po ba sa probisyon ng panukalang batas natin yung magiging existing proposal na ito kung ikukumpara natin, no, sa limitations na mas malawak at mas malaki to SK, to youth, to fellow elective public positions as well?
Mr. Speaker, I don't see any violation because as far as the issue of anti-political dynasty, it is very consistent in the two laws that have already been implemented right now, BSK law and the electoral code. As far as the anti-political dynasty, meaning decentralizing the powers, diversifying the powers and monopoly of powers in one locality, the idea of that, Mr. Speaker, is very consistent. So I don't see any violation when it comes to that. But I agree with the observation of the good lady from the Kabataan Party List. Legislation should have to walk side by side and with the experience of man. And I agree with you. I think that's what the good lady from Kabataan is trying to impress upon this sponsor, that, hey, there is that anti-political dynasty that we're discussing, and yet in the BSK law, it's more restrictive compared to the one that you're proposing. The reason why I'm saying this is that any legislation, there's also that time to adjust and to perfect. All laws, Mr. Speaker, is a product of human activity, and as such, it is not perfect. So the reason why we're holding this kind of discussion is so that legislation can actually improve over time. It can mature over time. With the observation that is now being brought out by the good lady from Kabataan, I think this is one valid avenue that we can actually revisit also other laws that should be that can be revisit and readjust so that it can be also compatible with the proposed bill, proposed anti-political dynasty that we're proposing here. Again, that it is not wrong. I'm saying that it's a good and a valid observation of the lady from Kabataan, and perhaps we can, in the near future, discuss about revisiting the SK law so that it can be compatible with the national law that we are proposing here, should this becomes finally a law, the anti-political dynasty, as passed by the Constitution. Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
To reiterate, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, ang pinaka-hinaing na nakikita natin dito, dahil may agreement naman that ang quote-unquote evil that is being addressed by the prohibition under the Constitution is dynasty, no? Mukhang irrational to regulate youth-level participation more harshly than actual centers of power, no? Kung mahayaan po natin, if we take off yung nangyari, yung interpellation from other representatives yesterday, no, that kung merong mang regulation in one residency or locality, sa next residency, that or members of the same political dynasty or family can hold positions anyway, no? Hindi din po yun katumbas doon sa restrictions na pinapataw sa kabataan, sa sangguniang kabataan. I could go as far as to say this is quote-unquote hostile discrimination or undue favor na ayon po sa Quinto versus Comelec, no, ay maaaring posibleng paglabag po sa Equal Protection Clause, no? So, yun po ang gusto nating mai-forward na possibly may nakita po ang representasyon na ito na hindi on all fourfold ng equal protection as defined and as tested by the 1987 Constitution, itong policy na to, if you compare it to restrictions of the youth. Ano po ang masisigurado ba natin, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, na hindi po labag sa Equal Protection Clause itong anti-political dynasty measure?
The number one, Mr. Speaker, is the SK law and the anti-political law has a substantial difference. Mr. Speaker, SK law should be non-partisan. SK and barangay election is non-partisan. That's number one, Mr. Speaker, the difference when it comes to appreciating this tool. Number two is that what we're proposing here right now is in a constitutional mandate and dictation. That for 40 years we have not given life to it. And that's why we're discussing on how we can provide legal definition on the said matter. Again, number three is that the SK law is governed by a law. This one that we are proposing is governed by the constitutional requirement and directive, Mrs.
Yes,
Speaker.
po. Mr.
So just citing to you those very major and substantial differences, Mr. Speaker, between the one that is now being discussed, being brought out by the lady from Kabataan party list, and the one that we are proposing. Mr. Speaker, our intention really here is to provide a legal definition so that the concentration of powers will no longer be possible within and among our localities, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. And again, I do understand, I do share the observation of the lady from the party list Kabataan that I think there should be some sort of a well, I don't want to use the word connectivity, but at least some semblance of fairness when it comes to the implementation of our laws. And again, the reason why we're having this discussion is that because any legislation, because it is a product of human activity, is not really perfect. There will be times that it needs to be amended, needs to be readjusted,
Yes,
so that
po,
it
Mr.
can also
Speaker.
conform with the current circumstance and the needed circumstance of a certain period of time. So again, Mr. Speaker, to ask you to give you a straight answer, it does not actually violate the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution, because number one, Mr. Speaker, what we are providing here is to be implemented all over the country as far as local government is concerned. We do not actually excuse any other regions. We do not excuse a certain positions. We do not excuse a certain localities. In fact, the implementation of this is all over the country, from national positions down to local positions, Mr. Speaker. SK and barangay election, again, is a separate entity because it is non-partisan and governed by a law, Mr. Speaker. Your
Mr.
Honor.
Speaker, good sponsor, to my mind, no, para hindi masabi na maaring may equal protection violation, ang treatment dapat ng political dynasties, or at least as they occupy elective positions, should be equal, if not harsher, no, or because sila ang nasa actual centers of power if you compare it to SK. In relation to that po, no, I'd like to touch on the next topic, which is yung paglimit ng batas up to the second degree of affinity and consanguinity ng political dynasty definition. No? Currently po, tama na hindi kasama ang first cousins. Hindi rin po kasama ang uncles or tama po to, Mr. Speaker. Good sponsor.
Doon po sa second degree of consanguinity and affinity, labas na po sila doon. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, Mr. Speaker, nandoon sila napapaloob sa third degree, ang aunt at saka yung pamangkin. Kung hindi po ako nagkakamali, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. So they are outside of the second degree of consanguinity and affinity, meaning they are not part and covered of the civil degree prohibition, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Pero unfortunately, in our current existing rules and laws as well, mukhang may coverage naman po ang fourth degree, no, of consanguinity and affinity for appointive local possessions. So ang tanong ko po, bakit po mas mahigpit pa ang ating civil service rules? Or rather, bakit mas loose tayo sa elective public possessions na hanggang second degree lang po? Pero for appointive, it is up to the fourth degree.
Mr. Speaker, I would try na as much as I can to answer. I don't know the intention of the framers of the Constitution, but I can give you, Mr. Speaker, my humble opinion. Mr. Speaker, number one, the concentration of power should not be exercised by one person alone. I think that's the reason why it has to be more it has to be stricter when it comes to appointment because the power, the authority, the power to appoint can be arbitrarily abused and can be subject to whimsical decision, Mr. Speaker. If you give that particular person that power to appoint whoever and whenever and wherever a certain individual close to him in the proximity of blood or relationship, Mr. Speaker, that can be abused, Mr. Speaker, because that is a sole decision given to one particular person, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. That's why it has to be regulated. It has to be controlled so as not to avoid this power granted to a particular person enjoying that mandate and authority to appoint underlings or subordinates in his office. In this case, Mr. Speaker, we value primarily the right to vote. In fact, the suffrage has given a separate article under the Constitution. I will cite to you, Mr. Speaker, the reason, and this is also part of the decision of the Supreme Court under Hieronimo versus Ramos, Mr. Speaker, where it says, and may I quote, Mr. Speaker, the importance of the people's choice must be paramount consideration in every election, for the Constitution has vested in them the right to freely select by secret ballot in clean elections the men and women who shall make laws for them or govern in their name and behalf. The people have a natural and constitutional right to participate directly in the form of government under which they live. Such a right is among the most important and sacred of the freedoms inherent in a democratic society, and one which must be most vigilantly guarded if a people desires to maintain true self-government for themselves and for their posterity. This is Geronimo versus Ramos, 1985. Mr. Speaker, again, let me quote, if the good lady of Kapatan Parlis allows me, Mr. Speaker, under Magalintal versus Comelec, GR number 263590. The supreme power and authority resides in the body of the people and for whom such authority is exercised. Sovereignty itself remains with the people by whom and for whom all government must exist and acts. Right to suffrage, according also to the same decision, right to suffrage is a threshold for the preservation and enjoyment of all other rights. That is, ought to be considered as one of the most sacred parts of the Constitution. No right is more precious in a free country than that of having a voice in the election of those who makes the laws. Other rights, even the most basic, are illusory if the right to vote is undermined, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. The difference between that is that the choice to elect resides within the people, as compared to the one that exercises that free will and that exclusive power to appoint, Mr. Speaker. I guess it's very clear why the appointment is more extensive to cover fourth degree, Mr. Speaker, is that because it could also be abused. Because if you're given that chance and given that power to exercise it at the point whoever you want, the tendency, Mr. Speaker, is you would be appointing those who are close to you. Whereas in the case of election, where anybody can run, we're not talking of actual occupancy, but allowing them to run. It is the people, Mr. Speaker, according to the jurisprudence I have cited, and according to the Constitution, they have the right to vote and to be voted upon. What we are trying to avoid is the concentration of power within one locality of certain individuals that is either spouses or siblings, Mr. Speaker. But other localities, other areas, which according to the 97160 also enjoys independency and unique from all its bureaucratic affairs, including its constituency, we prescribe, Mr. Speaker, the rulings of the Supreme Court and the right of the people to run freely, Mr. Speaker, to that locality without necessarily being barred by the second degree of consanguinity, as also been proposed here in this version, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. So,
Mr. Speaker,
yes,
sponsor.
just to give you, I'm sorry if I explained it to you too lengthily. That is the reason why we believe that in this in the appointment, it should be restrictive to cover fourth degree because that is a sole prerogative exercised by one individual person. When it comes to election, the people actually is the one voting and decides who will be the occupant in that particular office that the candidate is seeking, Mrs. Speaker, Your Honor.
Mr. Speaker, good sponsor. Well, I think at the end of the day, no, kahit walang definition as of now, yung political dynasty, because it is left by the Constitution to the Congress, and unfortunately, it's been a long time, pero nasa prerogative habang pinapakinggan natin ng mamamayan kung anong hinaing nila, kung paano natin i-define ito. And to this representation's opinion, why could have we not made it consistent with existing laws? In fact, no, strike it at the heart of where the actual centers of power reside, which is usually no, in elective positions of power, no, and thus no, necessitating na may pag-akyat to the fourth degree ang ating restriction. Just a very quick note on the right to vote.
Let me respond to that quickly.
How it is related to the right to run. Para po maisang package na rin po yung ating sagot. Ang connection ng right to vote and right to run is, well, to me, no, hindi po siya connected. Dahil may right to vote, yes, it is protected in the Constitution. But there is no proprietary right no, to a public office. No, and there are recognized reasonable restrictions to running for public office. This has been exhaustively discussed in committee deliberations. For example, yung pagiging guilty of a crime of moral turpitude, despite the fact that it limits no, one person's right or one person's ability to run, it is deemed reasonable. Dahil ayaw natin ng someone guilty of moral turpitude occupying public office. In the same way, gusto nating bigyang buhay yung prohibition of political dynasties na nakalaan sa Constitution, making it a restriction na gusto natin maging consistent with laws that are already passed para hindi po mag-proliferate ang political dynasties, hindi po mag-concentrate ang kapangyarihan sa kamay lang ng iilan. And I'd argue, not just at the local level, but even on the national level. So yun po actually, my question is, would the good sponsor be amenable to raising an amendment or no, to accepting an amendment na up to the fourth degree of consanguinity or affinity, yung restriction, definition ng political dynasty at the proper time, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor.
Mr. Speaker, again, let's go back to the intent of the framers of the Constitution. In fact, the first proposal is the first degree. And during the committee hearing, Mrs. Speaker, COMELEC mentioned that in terms of practicability and enforceability, mahirap talaga yung fourth degree because they will have to allot time for verification and assessment. Many thousands of candidates and how many parties that we have. You're talking about presidential and local elections. Ang dami niyan. From senador to councilors to mayors, no? Ang dami. So ilan yung parties natin na bibigyan ng KONA? So it would take more time. Ang sabi nga ng Constitution doon sa pag-describe nila sa COMELEC, it will be a logistical hardship para sa COMELEC. And COMELEC even admitted, mahirap po yun. Remember, magpa-file po ng SOCONA by October and they would have for the election. May time bound po talaga yung preparation nila because they also have to print out. Now, whether if disqualification of a certain candidate because of the fourth degree or second degree, or fourth degree, for example, then it will take time because you cannot arbitrarily disqualify without due process, diba? So it would take time for COMELEC to again conduct investigation and to hold hearings and bank, no? Number one. Number two, cancellation. If we do cancellation, now how would that affect, Mr. Speaker, the right of that party to submit nominations and KONA? So it would be more practical for second degree. And this is also being supported by one of the framers of the Constitution, Associate Justice Ascuna. He referred to, he recommended limiting the prohibition to relatives within second degree of consanguinity in affinity, Mr. Speaker. And again, the one that was referred to earlier by the lady from Kabataan, yung SK law, which is second degree, and we also have the Bangsamoro Electoral Code, which is the second degree. The one that we are actually pushing now is the one that can actually pass without necessarily burdening the COMELEC and to be enforced automatically. Practicality would suggest, Mr. Speaker, that second degree would be more proper, Mr. Speaker, so that we can finally decongest, Mr. Speaker, the concentration of powers in every localities, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. And to also comment on the earlier remarks of the lady, Mr. Speaker, sa ngayon, wala pong anti-political dynasty. Kaya nagkakaroon po ng concentration, nagkakaroon po ng marami pong mga posisyon na nakukuha o pagsiserbisyuhan ng pamilya. Ngayon po, Mr. Speaker, directly, pag ito po ay na-implement, more than 5,000 po ang mga opisina ng ating gobyerno na halal na mawawalan po, mababakante po ng pwesto because of the second degree limitation, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. Hindi lang po yun sa LMP, sa munisipyo, pati na rin po sa mga city government. More than 1,000 na rin po ang ma-open, Mr. Speaker. All over the country, malaki pong impact ito, kaya hindi po ito budol. Pati po sa national government, sa national offices, malaki po yung impact nila sa Senado. Makikita po natin doon, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. So hindi po ito basta-basta lang o weak o diluted na version. Ito po ay malaking impact niya sa ating mga katauhan. Malaki pong impact niya sa kasalukuyang nanunungkulang sa ating gobyerno, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, no, I was with the good sponsor, the good chairman, sa ilang mga consultations na kinonduct natin across the nation. And I think, given yung naging kahirapan last year, kung saan sunod-sunod ang mga pagbaha at malalaman natin na ito ay dahil sa faulty, ghost, or substandard flood control projects, ito ang organically lumabas na panawagan ng mamamayan. Now, finally, please, ang prohibition on political dynasties, lagyan na, definan na, isabatas na. No? And in these consultations, naging clear din po sa mga iba't ibang stakeholders that they'd prefer a fourth degree, no? Limitation of consanguinity or affinity. And at the end of the day, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, hindi ba ito yung gusto nating mangyari in this chamber? To give honor to doon sa panawagan ng mamamayan, no matter the perceived logistical difficulties, hindi lang po bilang bahagi ng paghilom sa kung anumang nahirapan sa mga nagdaang mga taon. Hindi lang po yung sa flood control of the last year, but no, different mga iba't ibang nangyaring korupsyon in the decades past. But in the future, ay hindi na po siya mangyari ulit. And that's why this brings me to my last point, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, regarding sections 6 and 7. No? Nakalagay po dito yung anong regime, no, para ma-ensure na hindi magkaroon ng overlaps sa pagtakbo or sa pag-hold ng possession should there exist. No? Meron pong pag-uusap sa pamilya, etc. Pero ang hindi ko po nakikita, meron din pong voluntary withdrawal of candidacy, merong dapat lagay ng sworn statement at undertaking, pero ang hindi ko po nakita na present po sa other bills, no? Cancellation of certificates of candidacy for false statement, disqualification penalties, administrative sanctions, no? And clear effect kung na-discover po na despite signing, no, saying na, yes, wala po akong relative up to the second degree, meron pala. So, ang concern ng representasyon na ito, that compliance depends on voluntary truth-telling and there are weak consequences. So powerful candidates can lie, litigate, delay, and then keep the benefit. So ang tanong ko po, Mr. Speaker, Section 6 asks for a sworn statement. Ano pong mangyayari kapag nagsinungaling sila, good sponsor?
Well, definitely the punishment for that is disqualification of candidacy. That the topmost penalty that I am thinking of, Mr. Speaker, because if they lied, no, under oath of the relationship to a certain individual who is currently occupying an office, that would tantamount to say that they are actually eligible to be disqualified by the COMELEC, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. And that would be the penalty because we're trying to avoid, I hear, again, a concentration of powers within one locality, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
So disqualification po, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor. Maaring
Yeah,
ma-disqualify sila.
that could be one. I mean, that could be one. That could also be one in cancellation of his nominees, Mr. Speaker. Either way. Again, this is the thing that we leave COMELEC to adjust because they have to also adopt their own IRR, the internal rules and regulation. What we are citing here, Mr. Speaker, is the possible punishment as to how they would go about that. That would be covered by the IRR, the internal rules and regulation, Mr. Speaker, by which the COMELEC would have to sit down and adopt, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, bakit po hindi na lang tayo ang nag-provide ng penalties in this bill? Bakit pa natin iiwan to sa IRR ng COMELEC?
Because, Mr. Speaker, generally what we are proposing is the parameters by which the COMELEC can actually have some elbow room to adjust, Mr. Speaker. And again, I would like to I would also like to comment on the remarks of the lady from the Kabataan Party List. We cannot discount practicality in this sense, Mr. Speaker, because when it comes to implementation, practicality matters, logistics matters, because it covers time, Mr. Speaker. It can either delay implementation, Mr. Speaker, or it can also fast-track implementation. So practicality and enforceability do really matter when it comes to, Mr. Speaker, enforcing a certain piece of legislation such as this, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. So again, my take on that, and this is not being shared perhaps by most of the members here, should the lady from Kabataan wishes to amend a certain portion, particularly in Section 6 and Section 7, if she thinks that we need to spell it out, Mr. Speaker, maybe this representation would willing to listen, Mr. Speaker. But then again, I would also remind the lady from Kabataan that we have to give elbow room for COMELEC to adjust, Mr. Speaker, and to adopt their own internal rules and regulation, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Mr. Speaker, good sponsor, ang kinakatakutan ng representasyong na ito ay kung hindi po nakadetalye ang mga possible penalties na pwedeng isuffer ng isang maglalay under oath ay baka slap on the wrist na naman ang mangyayari habang nakaupo po sila sa kapangyarihan. No? Ang unfortunate reality is that's already happening, no? Even though na gusto natin, yung limitation na nakalagay sa SK Reform Act ay andyan, ang reality din ay marami pong political dynasties na nakakapag-field ng kanilang mga kandidato at the SK level. So that's why gusto rin natin yung care na ito ay hindi lang po nakaiwan sa IRR, pero nandito na rin po sa legislation.
Mr. Speaker, I am more than willing to listen to the proposed amendment of the lady. If only the interest, Mr. Speaker, in the objective of the lady from Kabataan Party List is to enhance the current draft, Mr. Speaker, then I'm probably amenable to any proposals that she might come up at the later part of this discussion, Mr. Speaker.
At due time, we will introduce it, Mr. Speaker, good sponsor. For now, I have no other further questions. Thank you for the indulgence.
Marami pong salamat sa Kapataang Party List Representative Reneco.
Maraming salamat, Kapataang Party List. Pagkasuman ko.
Mr.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend for a few minutes, but before we suspend, may we recognize the guests of Representative Ciriaco B. Gato Jr., and they are officials from the Department of Health, Negros Island Region, namely from the Health System Integration Cluster, Ms. Jennifer C. Remolio, Ms. Rowena D. Villa, Mr. Mark Elic O. Pialago, Ms. Hani T. Elumbaring, Ms. Gloria Diana A. Perez, Ms. Hisha Marie Degaa, Mr. Paul Andrew T. Seniel, from the Human Health Resource Development Unit, Ms. Shane M. Saliot, Ms. Ivene T. Panerio, and from the Negros Occidental Provincial City DOH Office, Ms. Jolene Demerin, Ms. Real M. Guadines, Ms. Caroline C. Tumabotabo, Ms. Candelaria P. Salem, Ms. Mary K. U. Abaro, Mr. Justin Ralph F. Cabral, Mr. John D. Arbillones, Mr. Jules P. Bonilla, Ms. Maylene June V. Ormeo, Ms. Crisa Aster V. Montaño, from the Negros Oriental Provincial DOH Office, Ms. Windy A. Aba, Ms. Carmela M. Rosales, Ms. Castita C. Gloria, Ms. Sheila P. Medina, Ms. Sherwin Catherine E. Ontal, Mr. June Ian A. Chua from the Siquijor Provincial DOH Office, Ms. Zella May G. Samson, Ms. Labrina C. Gongob from the Legislative Liaison Division, Alfred Endraca, Colleen Games, and finally, Arvelin Bernardo, Mr. Speaker.
Maraming salamat, Majority Leader. To the guests of our Chairperson, Committee on Health, Long District of Batanes, the second gallery, you have the guests all from Negros Island region and Siquijor. On behalf of Speaker Faustino Bojidi, the third, welcome, maayong pag-abot diri sa Kongreso. Daghang salamat. Thank you. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, may we request to acknowledge the guests of the representative from the 5th District of Bulacan, myself, Argata Paula Cruz. They are officials from the municipality of Giginto. They are the following: Giginto Councilor Estrelita Abalya, Giginto Councilor Romel Pingol, Honorable Councilor Annabel Garcia, Honorable Councilor Mara de la Cruz, Honorable Councilor Romy Tono, SK President John Lester Francisco, and joined by Sangguniang Bayan Secretary Ms. Sharon Exaltacion.
Maraming salamat to the officials of the municipality of Giginto, Bulacan. Guests of Attorney Agatha Paula A. Cruz, 5th District of Bulacan. Saan sila? There. On behalf of our Speaker, Speaker Faustino Bojidi III, welcome to the House of Representatives. Maraming salamat and good afternoon. Thank you. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, may we also recognize the guests of Representative Sarah Jane Ilago of Gabriela Women's Party. They are divorce advocates from Divorce for the Philippines, namely Carl Joseph Alcones, Andre Kirsten Arzarcon, Gwen Motano, Julian Stefani Malong, Nea Galogo, Mary Rose Rosas, Winston Ibanez, Rowena Tacorda, Evelyn Costales, Teresita Sierra, Emily Dilag, Robelen Vargas Sonco, Precia Antonio, Sara Abelia, Annalisa David, Michael Gamboa, Danilo Parino, Cecil Carmine Hueco.
Saan ba sila? Nandito? Majority Leader? Over there. Second gallery. To my right. To the guests of Gabriela Women's Party List, Congressperson Sarah Jane Ilago, from the divorce advocates from Divorce for the Philippines. Welcome to the House of the Representatives. On behalf of Speaker Faustino Bojidi III. Good afternoon. Maraming salamat. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, may we also recognize the guests of the Honorable Timothy Joseph Tim Cayton, and they are Mayor of Alfonso Castañeda, Honorable Wilson Capiaao, Punong Barangay Arman Pasigian, Punong Barangay Joel Listor, Punong Barangay Rogelio Tiwing, Lando Paduyao, Angelito Averilla, Juan Christopher Suhat, and Dennis Habate.
Thank you to the guests. Guests of Attorney Timothy Joseph Tim E. Cayton, Long District, Nueva Vizcaya, stand corrected, Nueva Vizcaya, of the Mayor of Alfonso Castañeda, Honorable Wilson Capia, and other officials. Welcome to the House of Representatives. On behalf of Speaker Faustino Bojidi III. Saan ba sila nandito? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend for a few minutes.
Suspend?
Few minutes.
Session suspended. May we observe silence, please? Thank you. Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Lady from Gabriela Women's Party List, the Honorable Sarah Jane Ilago, for her interpellation.
Gabriela Women's Party List, Representative Zara Jane I. Lago. You have the floor, ma'am. Please proceed.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker. Bukas ho ba ang ating distinguished sponsor para sa ilang katanungan bilang paglilinaw sa House Bill number 8389?
Karangalan ko po, Mr. Speaker, na sagutin yung mga katanungan ng ating representante from Gabriela Party List.
Mr. Speaker, is House Bill number 8389 a consolidated version of all the bills tackled before the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, meaning all the measures prohibiting and defining political dynasties? Is this correct, Mr. Speaker?
That is correct, and also because this is the only bill that garners more than 100 plus members supporting this as co-authors, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
May we know, Mr. Speaker, how many bills were filed on the same subject matter?
There are 29 versions, Mr. Speaker. 25 versions that were referred to the committee with the same subject matter, Mr. Speaker.
May we know, Mr. Speaker, how did the committee come into agreement as to which version or as to what provision to be included in this substitute measure or in the version being tackled now in this plenary?
Well, to be honest with you, Mr. Speaker, some of the bills are the same in exactly the same with the others, Mr. Speaker, meaning the only difference is that the authors. But if you look at the content of the bills, they are 100% the same. But there are also bills that have similarities with other bills, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. And by the way that we consolidate this, Mr. Speaker, is number one, we consider, of course, the chance of this passing this into law, meaning approving this, having to secure majority of the supports of the members of this House, and so that that kind of support that a particular bill gathers would be the one for the committee, so this decided, would be the one to be presented as a substitute bill. In this case, Mr. Speaker, is the House bill that is proposed by the current leadership of the House, the Speaker and the Majority Leader, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Mr. Speaker, nagsagawa ho ng National Caravan ang Committee on Suffrage at Electoral Reforms para po kunin yung pagtingin ng ating mga kababayan, yung kanilang mga pananaw pagdating sa mga hakbang na tinatalakay sa komite na may kinalaman sa anti-political dynasty. Maaari bang mag-ulat sa kapulungan na ito ang ating distinguished sponsor tungkol sa outcome ng National Caravan na ito? Nagkaroon ho tayo ng isa sa Luzon, isa sa Visayas, at isa sa Mindanao. At ako po mismo ay naging kompleto din ng attendance sa National Caravan na ito. At bukod po kasi dun sa actual na physical fora na binukas po ng National Caravan na ito, meron din pong mga naipamigay na mga survey forms para sa mga participants doon mismo sa mga physical site ng National Caravan.
Kay Representative Sara Ilago, dahil simula pong nag-umpisa tayo sa Carmona City hanggang sa Mindanao ay naroon po siya at aktibo pong nakikilahok sa ating mga participants. Kaya nagpapasalamat po tayo kay Congresswoman Sara Ilago. Meron po, tama po, nais po naming inform ang body na nagkakaiba-iba po minsan yung mga sentimento ng ating mga participants. Una, yung sa Carmona City po, may karamihan po sa nagsasabi, or if not all of them, actually, Mr. Speaker, are against political dynasty. Mangilan-ilang lang po yung nagsasabing gusto nila ng political dynasty. Pero karamihan po ay ayaw ng political dynasty. Ito na rin, dala na rin po ito nung kanilang lived reality, yung experience po nila sa Carmona City. Not only in Carmona, pero meron din pong nagsalita ng mga hindi residente ng Carmona sa kanilang karapit na bayan na nagsasabing ayaw nila ng anti-political dynasty dahil sa kanilang experience ay maganda naman yung patakbo ng kanilang area, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. Nung dumako naman po tayo sa Cebu, ang sinabi po sa Cebu ay 44.3% ang nagsasabi po ng mga nakilahok sa Cebu ay ayon na nagsasang-ayon, 100% po sila sang-ayon sa anti-political dynasty, although ang issue po nila is yung karugtong nito, yung impact po nito sa kanilang edukasyon. Ibig sabihin na medyo hindi nabibigyan ng edukasyon dahil lang sa presence of a political dynasty, yung concentration ng resources. Pero ang sabi po nila ay 43% of them says na second degree of consanguinity ang gusto nila. Meron din po tayong graph dito, Mr. Speaker, kung paano ho natin cumulate yung kanilang mga naging kasagutan. So 44.3% nagsasabing second degree of consanguinity, 30.7% nagsasabi na fourth degree of consanguinity, at 21% naman ang nagsasabing immediate family only, meaning first degree, the spouse, parents, and parents, Mr. Speaker. Pagdating naman po doon sa issue ng sa Cagayan de Oro, tama po, 99.3% ang nagsasabing dapat yung anti-political dynasty is both ma-implement sa local at sa national. 7% lang po ang nagsasabing national only. 5% lang po ang nagsasabing national only at 2% lang po ang nagsasabing local, sa local lang i-implement. Coverage nitong anti-political dynasty, ang nagsasabi po na wala akong problema sa kanila, it's either second degree or fourth degree of consanguinity, Mr. Speaker, ay nasa 85.7%. Ibig sabihin, it's either of the two. Okay lang po sa kanila. 88.6% ang nagsasabing fourth degree at yung iba po ay neither. Wala sila. Basta ang importante sa kanila ay political dynasty. Ang dito naman po, balikan ko lang po ang sa Carmona, Cavite. Ang nagsasabi po na yung political dynasty, 100% aware po sila. Ang gusto po nila, dito po sa response na nakuha po natin, ay ang anti-political dynasty sa kanila will weaken yung progress ng kanilang bayan. 90.7% ang nagsasabi. Ang nagsasabi po na it will only strengthen as na 8.7% at yung others are unsure, Mr. Speaker. So sa kalahatan po, Mr. Speaker, aware po sila, but as to the degree of consanguinity, just give you the example of Cagayan de Oro, ang sabi nila, it does not matter, 90%, either second degree or fourth degree, but in Cebu, 44.3% says second degree of consanguinity, while 30.7% says fourth degree of consanguinity.
Mr. Speaker, maraming salamat po sa naging ulat ng ating distinguished sponsor. Nagkaroon ho ba ng pagkakataon ng ating mga committee members na mabasa, makita, mapag-aralan ang resulta ng mga inputs mula sa ating mga kababayan?
Yes po. Definitely, bibigyan po natin ang ating mga ang mga membro po ng committee ito, particular na rin po dyan yung mga nakibahagi po sa ating public hearing, tulad po ng kagalang-galang interpellator. Sa ngayon, magbibigay po kami ng mga datos kung paano po yung naging kasagutan ng ating mga participants. We will furnish them the copies of the one that I just read, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Mr. Speaker, ang isa ho doon sa common sa lahat ng mga napuntahan namin, bagamat marami ding nagsasabi na gusto pa nilang magbasa tungkol sa mga hakbang na ibang version, meron din naman na talagang nagnanais na gusto yung highest standard, yung pinakamataas na pamantayan pagdating sa ipinagbabawal, pagdating sa mga political dynasties. Meron din naman na nagsasabi na pwede second hanggang third degree, basta babasagin natin yung pagdedesisyon yung pag-uusap tungkol sa mga kontrata, sa paggamit ng pondo ng bayan ay hindi lang makukulong sa iilan na magkakapamilya. Ang common, Mr. Speaker, ay yung galit sa korupsyon, yung galit sa nepotismo, yung galit sa konsentrasyon ng kapangyarihan sa iilan lang na mga pamilya. At yan ho yung dahilan no, kung bakit nakita rin natin na itong national caravan na ito instructive din no, sa ating mga members na kung titingnan po natin, sa totoo lang, hindi lang itong anti-political dynasty ang kinakailangan. At dapat nga mas mataas pa ang ating pamantayan sa ipinagbabawal, kundi yung iba pang mga kinakailangan na reforma, kung paano po natin titiyakin yung transparency halimbawa sa budgeting, yung accountability pagdating sa paggamit ng funds, na magkakaroon ng paglaban sa impunity no, kapag nagiging sekreto na lamang ang pagdedesisyon sa mahalagang kontrata at sa mahalagang mga palisiya ng ating mga pamahalaan. Ayan. Kaya ho, ang naging dahilan no, ng pag-withdraw din natin ng authorship doon sa naging consolidated measure at pinagbatayan ng ating House Bill na tinatalakay ngayon, ay nakita ho natin na imbis ba nabuwagin itong very structures na gusto nga natin hindi lang palabnawin kundi talagang buwagin at matanggal, wakasan na ang mga political dynasties. Dahil dun sa tatakda natin na kada level pwede ang isa, tila po ba nag-institutionalize pa tayo ng political dynasties imbis na i-prohibit ito, no? Imbis na pagbawalan, ginawa pa nating legalize no, yung sistema ng domination ng mga political dynasties sa iba't ibang antas ng pamamahala. Ayan. Kaya ho, yan ang pinakamalaki nating concern pagdating sa measure na ito. At nakita rin ho natin na bagamat malawak yung naging resulta na merong mga tutol, pero overwhelming pa rin yung gusto nila ng tunay na political dynasty. In fact, Mr. Speaker, sa isang pinakahuli din na Pulse Asia survey nitong March 2026, sinasabi ho doon na 64% ng ating mga kababayan ang sumusuporta sa pagpasa ng isang anti-political dynasty bill at nais nila maipatupad na ito bago ang 2028. Sa tunguhin po ba ngayon ng komite no, at sa atin ding sa bill na ito bilang parte ng LEDAC, bilang parte ng Legislative Executive Development priorities ng Malacanang at ng Kongreso, maaasahan po ba natin na itong measure na ito ay maipapatupad bago ang 2028 elections?
Mr. Speaker, nais ko lang pong magkomento sa ilan sa mga na-mention po ng aking kagalang-galang na kasamahan na unang-una sinasabi po nila ay nililegalize ang anti-political dynasty. Unang-una po sa lahat, Mr. Speaker, sa ngayon, wala pong batas na nagpo-prohibit ng anti-political dynasty. Isipin po natin yan. Ito po ang first time in 40 years na magkakaroon po ng batas na illegalizing o sabihin, prohibiting the anti-political dynasty. And let us be also very faithful about how the Constitution describes it. Prohibiting the political dynasty. Even if we go down to the transcript of the framers of the Constitution, they do not want absolute abolition. They want regulation because there has to be some sort of balancing it out with this exception to the general rule. In the general rule, Mr. Speaker, very clear naman po yan. Karapatan po ng bawat isa sa atin na bumoto at magpaboto, Mr. Speaker. Ibig sabihin, dahil ang ating subdivisions ng locality ay based sa 1970-1991 Local Government Code, may sariling autonomiya ang bawat local government unit, mayroong uniqueness ang ating bawat internal government unit. Even the auditing process is internally and independent from one another, Mr. Speaker, Your Honors. The way that it was being audited, it also goes to say that in constituency and demand, Mr. Speaker, in services may be the same, but it has sort of differences in uniqueness, Mr. Speaker. And the fact that it is not overlapping the jurisdiction proves that each individual communities has its own autonomy being exercised, that it also includes its constituency. So ibig sabihin, Mr. Speaker, the general rule is all of us has the right to vote, to run and to be voted upon, Mr. Speaker. That is why what we are intent to do, Mr. Speaker, as what the Constitution says and as what the framers of the Constitution espouses, it has to be regulated. Meaning political dynasty is the concentration of power, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. Hindi naman na, wala namang konsentrasyon kung si senador mayroon siyang pinsan na gobernador. Paano yung internal intervention ng Senate na trabaho doon sa kanilang sariling internal na pamamalakad sa gobyerno? Si konsehal, hindi naman niya po pwedeng diktahan yung mayor ng kabilang bayan, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. That is not concentration of power. In fact, we are diversifying, Mr. Speaker, because we want to uphold check and balances. Kaya hindi po pwede si mag-asawa, si magkapatid sa isang political unit, Mr. Speaker, because that would definitely weaken transparency and accountability in a political system. But as to forever, Mr. Speaker, really discriminating a family member just because they share the same name, that is what the Constitution says. If there is a regulation, it has to be practicable and non-discriminatory, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. So hindi po natin nililegalize ang anti-political dynasty. That's a misnomer. That's a wrong way of interpreting it and the way of expressing it, because number one, there's no point of saying that because there is no political dynasty as a legal definition of political dynasty, Mr. Speaker. Maybe there are family members who are occupying the same office, Mr. Speaker, but as to the per se what the Constitution says, it depends on the Congress to define it, and we're defining it now. This is the first time, and we want to decongest and avoid monopoly of family control over one particular sector, Mr. Speaker. And that is the exception. That is not the general rule, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, mahihingi na lang po ang representasyon na ito ng kopya ng resulta ng ating pambansang caravan at marami pa po tayong mapupulot mula sa publiko, mula sa ating mga kababayan kung paano ba tuloy-tuloy nalalabanan ang korupsyon, tuloy-tuloy ang effort natin para sa pantay na access sa opportunities sa serbisyong pampubliko na hindi lang para sa interes ng iilan, kundi sa interes po talaga ng publiko para sa tunay na makabayan na pagbabago. Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker, distinguished sponsor.
Maraming salamat po sa kaganggalang-galang na Sara Ilago. We can assure you that what we are doing here, Mr. Speaker, is for the good of everyone and for the good of the country, Mr. Speaker, and to give justice to the Constitution, Mr. Speaker, after 40 years. Marami pong salamat, Representante Ilago.
Maraming salamat, Representative Sara Ilago of the Gabriela Party List. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I'd like to recognize for her interpellation the Honorable Representative Dada Kiram Ismula from Akbayan Party List.
Party List Akbayan, Representative Dada Kiram Ismula. You have the floor, ma'am. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will the good sponsor yield to some clarificatory questions?
I'm more than willing to exchange ideas with my Kobang Samoro from a daughter of Lupasug.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Kong. Mr. Speaker, sa committee report ng Dynasty Bill, halimbawa may isang mayor na tapos na ang termino. Hindi siya kasal, pero 10 taon na silang nagsasama ng kanyang partner at kilala sila sa buong bayan bilang mag-asawa. Paano po kung ang kinakasama o live-in partner niya pinapatakbo sakaling na term limit na si mayor? Ituturing ba itong dinastiya sa committee report or posibleng maging escape route ng mga dinastiya?
Mr. Speaker, wala ho ata tayo ng provision dyan patungkol doon sa mga partnership na hindi sa kasal, no? Pero kung ninanais po ng ating kagalang-galang na representante na akbayan, baka in the opportune time, no? Baka kung gusto niya pong mag-appoint, no? Sa palagay ko po sa substitute bill, wala po tayong na-include na yung mga ganyang relasyon, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. Ang sa atin lang yung mag-asawa.
Salamat, Mr. Speaker. meron po ba kaya tayong mekanismo na ginagamit sa COMELEC para i-confirm ang existence ng common law relationship? Sapat na ba yung affidavit, cohabitation records, or testimonya ng mga kapamilya o kapitbahay, for example?
Sa pagkakaalam ko po sa ngayon, dahil wala pa naman pong anti-political dynasty, wala pong mekanismo ang COMELEC para i-establish kung ano yung relasyon ng kandidato sa bawat isa. Kung magkakaroon po tayo nito, I'm sure magkakaroon din pag-a-adapt din po ang COMELEC. Pero sa ngayon, I can safely say na since there is no law that would prohibit relationship to a certain degree, I doubt if COMELEC would have to reassess or find out the relationship between and among candidates during elections, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleague. Having raised that concern, let me now turn to the matter of legislative districts, where another loophole may arise. Mr. Speaker, ang committee report ay nagbabawal sa mga magkamag-anak na tumakbo sa iisang seat, sa iisang distrito. Pero sa batas, isa lang naman talaga ang pwedeng manalo sa bawat distrito. Ang totoong problema ay kapag ang mag-asawa ay naghahati sa District 1 at District 2 ng iisang probinsya. To make the prohibition more operative, shouldn't we instead prohibit them from running in different districts within a city or province na siyang totoong gateway ng political dynasties at siyang magpe-prevent sa concentration, consolidation, at dominance na dinedefine ng committee report? Tama po ba?
Well, Mr. Speaker, again, our position is that every locality has its own separate constituency. What we are after is the concentration of and the possible build-up of power monopoly, Mr. Speaker, in one locality, Mr. Speaker. I do agree and I understand the observation of the lady from Akbayan Party List. But then again, this is what we are discussing here as far as political dynasty is concerned, is the exemption that what the Constitution provided. The general rule really is to allow the state shall allow and ensures equal opportunity for all for public service. And that has been the bedrock of the principle of this committee to pursue on with the anti-political dynasty as a matter of exemption, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. But this representation is willing to listen. For example, should the lady from party list Representative Akbayan proposes an amendment at a later point, at a later time, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Sponsor. In a proper time po. Bilang huling punto, nais ko pong bigyang diin ang usapin on implementation mechanisms and penal provisions. May mga ulat sa ilang mga probinsya kung saan sadyang nagbibigay ng maling impormasyon sa kanilang Certificate of Candidacy para makalusot sa batas, lalo na para mabypass ang anti-political dynasty provision ng SK Reform Law. Mr. Speaker, sa ating paglalatag ng mga polisiya laban sa mga dinastiya, ano po ang magiging konkretong mekanismo ng pananagutan para sa mga individual na sadyang ginagamit ng panlilinlang o maling impormasyon para lamang malampasan ang mga limitasyon itinakda ng batas na ito?
Well, unang-una, when it comes to election po, kasi we're avoiding na magkaroon ng chance ng mag-asawa or within second degree relationship, yung prohibition, na makatakbo, no? Iniiwasan po natin kasi pag na-occupy po nila yung office, doon po possible magkaroon ng abuse. So iniiwasan po natin yan from the very start. The running for an office is critical, no? So kaya nga po nire-require natin sila na sumumpa ng isang affidavit na wala silang kamag-anak. If that proves to be untrue, kasi nagsinungaling po sila, I think the penalty will be cancellation or hindi na sila patatakbuhin, no?
Penalty.
Hindi na ho sila maaaring tumakbo. Yun nga po pinopropose ng ating kaibigan, si Congresswoman, kung di ako nagkakamali, si Congresswoman Renico, na kung pwede magkaroon ng actual na ma-spell out dito sa batas na to,
Yes.
hindi natin ahayaan ng COMELEC na mag-adapt ng kanilang IRR. I think I would agree to that, no? If only to spell out and to assuage the fear of our colleagues na baka naman hindi slap on the wrist lang yung mangyari.
Tama.
So I would agree that there should be a concrete penalty for those who will be, will violating their affidavit na sasabihin nila na wala silang kamag-anak. But ito po yung kailangan nating tandaan. Yung pagdating po doon sa actual occupancy sa ngayon, wala pa pong batas, no? Pero umiiral naman po yung mga transparency and accountability measures po ng mga kaso na hinahain po doon sa mga lumalabag po, maski mag-asawa man yan o hindi man yan mag-asawa, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat sa sagot, butihing sponsor. Huli na lamang pong katanungan. Sapat na ba ang drawing of lots na mechanism sa Section 7 sa panahon na makita ng COMELEC na may nagpupumilit na mga dynasties? Ano ang magiging legal defense ng mga mamamayan sa circumstance na may mga political dynasties na makalusot at maihalal at the same time?
Unang-una po, Mr. Speaker, gagawin natin strict talk. Tama po, I would agree to the proposal of the gentle lady from Kabataan Party List. Baka kailangan din natin po ito i-improve uli yung section na ito. Pero ang gusto ko lang po na malaman is in particular district, dahil marami po sa ating mga kasamahan na lumalapit din po sa atin, na kung bakit ganon yung nagiging alintuntunin yung drawing of lots. Kung baga, kung incumbent naman yung congressman, tapos yung di nila kasundo yung kapatid niya at tumakbo, paano naman yung magiging sitwasyon, paano na magiging response ng COMELEC? Isa sa nakita natin is draw lots. Pero unfair naman din yun sa incumbent kasi may tinatawag tayong equity of incumbent. Hindi ho ba? So I think kung ako po'y tatanungin ninyo, running for an office is different from occupying the office. Dahil sa totoo lang, isa lang naman ang mananalo na distrito. No? I would not care if they are running together or in one position because naturally only one would win, no? If they're running against each other. But if they're running to another position, that's a different case because it has to be only one within second degree of consanguinity that shall occupy a particular locality. So yun lang po. If they're running against each other, total, isa lang man mananalo sa kanila, no problem with that. Pero kung konsihal, yun ang hindi po pwede. Kasi magiging dalawa yung kanilang representasyon sa isang locality. Mrs. Speaker, Your Honor.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, I thank the sponsor for yielding to my questions. Mahalaga na ang anti-political dynasty bill na ipapasa natin satisfies what Constitution demands, the prohibition of political dynasties that have concentrated and dominated power for decades. Later, at the proper time, we will ensure these safeguards are introduced as amendments in this committee report. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker. Maraming salamat, Ms.
Magsukol sa aking sister sa Lupasug. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat, Representative Esmula of the Party List Akbayan. Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
May we please recognize for her interpellation the representative of 4K Party List, Representative Iris Montes.
Iris Maria de Mesa Montes, Congressperson, Party List 4K. You're now recognized, ma'am. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Will the good sponsor yield to some questions?
Gladly, Mrs. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, allow me to begin with your pronouncement that House Bill 8389 will displace around 5,000 officials from political families. May I know what is the precise basis of this figure? Was this derived from a comprehensive nationwide study?
Yes, Mr. Speaker. In fact, we have our own separate initiative, a study that we have conducted by the CPP Congressional Policy and Budget Research Department. And this has been also confirmed by the letter that we received from the League of Municipalities of the Philippines, stating the exact same number, Mrs. Speaker. So yes, there was a comprehensive research and study done, and this has also been confirmed by the League of the Municipalities of the Philippines.
Please, may I be informed, Mr. Speaker, if that comprehensive study from the CPBRD was in fact distributed to all the members of the House, or at least to the members of the Committee on Suffrage, or the authors of the other bills on the anti-dynasty bill?
Mr. Speaker, I have to apologize to our dear colleague because I believe she's one of the members of the electoral reform. It is the shortcomings of this presentation as he is the chairman to request for the distribution of copies to all the members. That is my fault. I own to that, and I would now direct our secretariat to furnish the copies, this copy of the study conducted by the Congressional Policy and Budget Research Department, as well as the photocopy of the LMP letter to all the members of the Committee on Electoral Reform and Suffrage and Reform for their perusal, Mrs. Speaker. Again, I apologize if I haven't distributed those copies, Mrs.
Thank
Speaker,
you,
Your
Mr.
Honor.
Chair. On that note, may I ask again if that basis of the committee, did House Bill 8389 compare that basis with other proposal that impose stricter caps on relatives running for simultaneously or consecutively?
Unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, the study that we have just conducted is based on the second-degree prohibition. But then again, let us assume, for example, that if we extend it to fourth degree, more numbers would come in, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. So we were expecting even more than half of what we have already stated here to be included in the numbers of those who will be displaced. So most likely it would be more than, this is just on top of my head, it's almost 10,000 elective positions that will be vacated, Mr. Speaker. In the LGU, in the municipality, not included pa the city and the government offices.
Okay. Maaari po ba ding malaman kung bakit meron po tayo 24, tama po ba, na different proposals? Am I correct, 24? Ano po ang naging basihan ng komitiba, ng suffrage, para sa lahat ng version na meron, napili po natin, itong version na ito ang ating isinulong dito sa plenaryo at inaprubahan po ng komite?
Unang-una po, 25 po, 25 ang version ng ating natanggap. Although 25 version po, I would admit, may pagkakapare-pareho po yung mga version. Ang hindi lang po, ang pagkakaiba-iba lang po ay yung mga pangalan ng kanilang mga author. In fact, yung version po ng mga iba ay 80%, 90% ay nandoon din po sa version ng ating inadapt na substitute bill. Pangalawa po, Mr. Speaker, siyempre, ninanais din po natin na yung maipasa ito sa third and final reading. Ibig sabihin, ang indikasyon po na ito ay papasa sa third and final reading ay yung dami din po na co-author. Kasi pag co-author po kayo, automatic po kayo po ay sumusuporta at boboto na po sa pag-aproba nitong batas na ito. Sa dami po ng mga version na natanggap po natin, ang pinakamarami po o sinasabi po natin merong ganong dami na co-authorship ay yung House Bill po na pinapanukala po ng ating Speaker at Majority Leader. In fact, every time po na nag-hold tayo ng committee hearing, nadadagdagan po yung kanilang co-authorship. Yung iba, wala na pong dagdag. Minsan po, yung author mismo ng isang batas ay nagiging co-author din po ng batas ni Speaker at ni Majority Leader Sandro Marcos. So practicality-wise, Mr. Speaker, ninanais po natin na may pasa ito at ina-anticipate po natin, Mr. Speaker, na since pare-pareho naman po yung version nila, may mga content po ng version ni Speaker na nandoon po sa ibang version, yung ibang version ay pare-pareho naman po in toto, magkakaiba lang yung pangalan ng authors, ninanais po natin unang-una na makakuha po tayo ng number at maipasa na ito. So nakita natin yung ano ni Speaker, yung version ni Speaker, na yun po yung may 90% assurance na papasa po ito sa plenaryo sa mas madaling panahon, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker. Yan po, sabi nyo nga po, pagdating sa practicality, ano? Pagdating naman po sa substance, ang sinasabi po na intent ng HBA 3889 is to prevent monopoly of power. Do you think, Mr. Speaker, that the substitute version will effectively curb the perpetuation of dynastic control?
Yes, I absolutely agree, Mrs. Speaker, because we need to remember, Mrs. Speaker, that actual occupancy of an office is different from allowing others to run for an office. Because if you run for an office, it does not necessarily mean that you would win. And there are a lot of cases wherein political families actually was outvoted in an election. And I don't need to mention names, Mr. Speaker. In fact, one of our colleagues here was actually defeated a very strong, prominent political family in Las Piñas. That would only prove that the people is now knowledgeable and smarter and intelligent voters, that they can actually decide and distinguish which one is more capable in representing them and which one is no longer effective, Mrs. Speaker. And that has been proven in 2025, Mrs. Speaker. And we are enjoying with the presence of one of our colleagues who have defeated a very prominent political family clan in Las Piñas, Mrs. Speaker, Your Honor.
I also believe, Mr. Speaker, there were also pronouncements that this version, I think it was termed as the most workable. Pwede po bang maliwanagan ako kung ano ibig sabihin ng most workable?
It's workable, Mrs. Speaker, because in terms of the degree of prohibition, it would be easier for COMELEC, Mrs. Speaker. And that is not just, Mrs. Speaker, the COMELEC saying. It is also being supported to by the Pamatong versus COMELEC, Mrs. Speaker, the ruling of the Supreme Court. Practicality in an election is tantamount. It's a tantamount consideration, and that is very much embedded under the Pamatong versus COMELEC ruling of the Supreme Court. Number two, Mrs. Speaker, it's workable because, again, the COMELEC do not need to allot so much time on identifying and verifying and assessing whether or not the husband or the wife of a first cousin of the one serving as governor in Sultan Kudarat, those running for councilor in Benguet, in one municipality in Benguet, would be, can be validated and can actually be declared cancelled, Mrs. Speaker, either of the two, no? So, talagang kinakailangan po ng mas masusing oras para sa COMELEC. At sinasabi naman po ng Supreme Court under the Pamatong versus COMELEC resolution, kung dadagdagan po ng ganitong klaseng obligasyon ng COMELEC, ang term po nila is logistical hardship on the COMELEC. That would delay further the acceptance of the certificate of nomination, the printing of the ballots, because you need first to identify candidates who are eligible to run. So before you can even print out these candidates, you need to sanitize the candidates. Imagine in presidential and local elections, we have 1,453 municipalities, and every municipality is how many barangays, and in every barangay, how many kagawads, and how many opposing kagawads, and how many opposing barangay captains. In municipality, how many ruling councilors, and how many opposing councilors, and how many parties we have in this country issuing certificate of acceptance, nomination and acceptance. For every municipality, Mr. Speaker, I can tell you more than 500 candidates because we are multi-party system, and each party system will be issuing different CONAs. So it would be too difficult for COMELEC, Mr. Speaker, to even verify those who can be cancelled and those who can actually run and their names be printed in the ballots.
Salamat po. Mr. Speaker, ito po, sunod doon huli kong katanungan po. Alam kong natanong na po ng ating kagalang-galang na minority leader kahapon, pero gusto ko lang din pong linawin muli. Bakit po kaya hindi nasaklaw ng kasalukuyang versyon ng anti-dynasty ang mga kinatawan ng party list?
Oh yes, Mr. Speaker, because we have a separate discussion on that. Meron po tayong panukalang batas naglalay yung improve ang ating party list system, no? So, nirarapat po ng sponsor na ito na mas maigi po na doon na lang po natin tutukan yung usapin ng party list doon sa Party List Reform Act. Anyway, kasama din po ito sa LEDAC priority ng ating Pangulo, Mrs. Speaker, Your Honor. Ang ating ninanais lang po dito ay mabigyang definasyon yung anti-political dynasty sa makatuwid operationalizing Section 26, Article 2 of the 1986 Philippine Constitution.
I-pursue ko lang po a little further, Mr. Speaker, no? Granted po that a separate bill on party list will be taken up. Is there an absolute certainty that this will indeed be passed into law? Yung party list reform bill na yan.
Well, there's no absolute in real life, Mrs. Speaker. There will always be adjustment. I cannot give you an absolute answer, but what I can assure you is it will be top of our list, Mrs. Speaker, and then it will be delivered with the committee report, Mrs. Speaker, because that is part of the LEDAC, Mrs. Speaker, Your Honor. As to whether members of this House will vote for its favor or against of its favor, I have absolutely no control over it, Mrs. Speaker, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The point I want to highlight with this question, Mr. Speaker, is that there is, as you said, there is no absolute certainty, then therefore there is a possibility that the anti-dynasty may be passed while the party list reform bill will not be passed or vice versa.
Let me clarify lang po if I may be allowed. I can give you an assurance and a certainty that it will be tackled. It will be discussed similar to what we are doing right now. But as to its passage, that is already beyond my control because it concerns individual approval of each member, which I do not have any control, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I will get to that a little later. So what I'm just trying to say is, if the anti-dynasty bill gets passed and the party list reform bill stalls in Congress and the other way around or vice versa, we create a scenario that the other one will be regulated and the other will be left out. Hindi po kaya unfair yan and inequitable kung dumating po tayo sa punto kasi nga po hindi natin masasabi na may certainty na itatakal sa committee but there is no absolute certainty that it will be approved. Paano nga po kung hindi po yun na-approve?
Well, allow me to at least presume, for example, okay, for the sake of argument, I would presume that the leadership, meaning Speaker Boji D and the majority leader will support the Reform Party List Act, Mr. Speaker, because since it is still under the LEDAC priority, so I presume that they will back up this piece of legislation. So having said that, Mr. Speaker, I would believe, Mr. Speaker, that it would be tackled. And I can assure you, the chairperson of the Committee on Electoral Reform will tackle the Party List Reform Act after this, no? So it is not being stalled, no? We just gave priority to anti-political dynasty because it has been there for 40 years and it is number one among the priority legislation of LEDAC. So after this, Mrs. Speaker, I can assure and I hope the good gentle lady, my colleague, will attend actively, Mrs. Speaker, in the coming days once we tackle the Reform Party List Act in the Committee on Electoral Reform and
Yes, thank you,
and
Mr.
Suffrage.
Speaker. Let me just clarify that I did not say that the party list reform bill is stalled. I just said, what if a scenario, it was a hypothetical scenario. So I would just like to make that clear. So on the final note, be that as it may, Mr. Speaker, ito na lang po yung tanong ko, would it not be practical and sound to just include the party list nominees in the bill, in the anti-dynasty bill?
I'm sorry, I beg to the indulgence of the good lady, my colleague. Can you please repeat again your question?
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry po.
Yung point ko lang pong tinutumbok sa tanong kong ito, kung would it not be practical and sound to just include the party list in the anti-dynasty bill? Yun po yung direction, yung tumbok ko po na gusto.
Initially, Mrs. Speaker, I have entertained that. Mrs. Speaker, initially. But we have, Mrs. Speaker, a ruling in the House, as part of our House rules, that there should be no rider every legislation only consists of one subject matter. So if we actually include party list, that would be a rider, Mrs. Speaker. So that would violate the ruling. And number two, party list is a very all-encompassing discussion. It actually covers not just political dynasty, but representation of each eligible parties, sectoral parties, Mr. Speaker, that might be allowed to run by COMELEC. So it's going to be it's a separate discussion because we need to focus more on party list being a separate entity. Hindi lang siya yung rider, hindi lang siya yung isasama na lang natin kung gusto lang natin. Gusto natin kasi meron siyang sariling, it has a life of its own, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. It is not just an office, but a representation of a marginalized sector. So there are quite a number of concerns and issues that I guess we need also to focus on in order that we can actually finalize and giving the actual definition and character of what is genuine party list is in this country, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. So initially that there was that discussion, but then again it would do injustice to party list if we just simply include that as a footnote or as a one section, Mr. Speaker. I believe the party list system deserves a one whole bill, Mr. Speaker, Your Honor. Yun po yung desisyon ng ating committee, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, habang lubos po nating ginagalang ang naging pasya ng komitiba, payagan niyo po akong ipahayag sa huli ng aking paninindigan na kung tayo po ay magtatakda ng batas laban sa dinastiya, ito ay dapat maging tunay na mekanismo upang buwagin ang konsentrasyon ng kapangyarihan at magbukas ng mas malawak na oportunidad para sa mga ordinaryong mamamayan. Sapagkat ang tunay na diwa ng reforma ay hindi lamang sa pagbibigay ng limitasyon, kundi sa pagbibigay ng pag-asa at espasyo para sa bagong henerasyon ng liderato. Maraming salamat po. Thank you, good sponsor, Mr. Speaker.
Maraming salamat din po sa aming kagalang-galang na kasamahan.
Maraming salamat, Congresswoman Montes of Party List 4K. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, may we please recognize for his interpellation the Honorable Elijah San Fernando of Kamanggagawa Party List.
The congressperson from the Kamanggagawa Party List, mukhang he's not available in the plenary, Majority Leader. Is Congressman Eli here in the plenary?
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend session.
Yes. Session suspended, please. Session resumed. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we suspend consideration of House Bill number 8389.
There's a motion to suspend consideration of, which one is this? House Bill 8389. Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Majority Leader, please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend session.
Session suspended. Session resumed. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, under the calendar of business for the day, I move that we consider House Bill number 8647 as contained in Committee Report 227, copies of which have been distributed to the members. For this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill.
Secretary General, please proceed, ma'am.
House Bill number 8647, an act strengthening and expanding the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program for Peace, amending Republic Act number 11310, otherwise known as the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program for Peace Act.
Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of sponsorship and debate.
There's a motion to open the, as stated, in objection. Hearing none, motion approved. Please proceed, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Representative J.C. Abalos of Four-Piece Party List to sponsor the measure.
Representative J.C. M. Abalos, Party List 4-Piece, who is the author and sponsor, and happy birthday, Congressman Abalos. You may proceed, sir.
Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, after thorough deliberations on the measures, it is an honor to sponsor this important piece of legislation, House Bill number 8647, an act strengthening and expanding the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program for Peace, amending Republic Act number 11310, otherwise known as the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program for Peace Act. Republic Act 11310, or the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program Act, is a mechanism to eradicate poverty and hunger, which remains one of the paramount goals for nations worldwide, as stated in Millennium Development Goal number 1, which focuses on eradication of extreme poverty and hunger. Member states have diligently worked towards crafting viable means and mechanisms to achieve this primordial goal. Here in the Philippines, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has consistently pushed for this objective, as emphasized in his roadmap, the Philippine Development Plan of 2023 to 2028, to accelerate poverty reduction by steering the economy back on a transformation, high-growth path, no less than a well-planned economic and social transformation to reinvigorate job creation are necessary. It is underscored that there is a need to equip Filipinos with skills to participate in a competitive economy, focusing on human capital investment programs. This, ladies and gentlemen, is designed to break the intergenerational cycle of poverty, which is an essential feature of House Bill number 8647. We note, Mr. Speaker, that over the academic years 2020 to 2023, the 4-Piece program has yielded substantial results, with 11,436,938 elementary graduates and 3,254,002 high school graduates as cited in House Bill number 1040. The amendatory provisions of this bill provide investing in health and education, adequate social services, promote full employment, a rising standard of living, and an improved quality of life for all. It shall be a mechanism for our 4Ps beneficiaries to graduate from the program and not return to poverty thereafter. To make the beneficiaries attain the level of self-sufficiency in order for them to graduate from the program, maintain the desired well-being. We thank the dynamic support of all of our agencies who helped us in crafting this important piece of legislation, notably a LEDAC priority measure, particularly the Department of Social Welfare and Development, our lead agency for this important goal. Dear members of the House of Representatives, ladies and gentlemen, let us align our efforts towards achieving this enormous undertaking. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize for her sponsorship message the representative from 4K party list, Representative Iris Marie de Mesa Montes.
Congresswoman Montes, please proceed, ma'am.
Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I am honored to sponsor House Bill number 8647, the Patuloy ang Pagtawid sa Pamilyang Pilipino Act. This measure strengthens and expands the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program, or 4Ps, by amending Republic Act number 11310. The 4Ps has been a vital support for millions of Filipino families. It has helped keep children in school, ensured mothers receive health care, and provided basic assistance to households in need. But poverty continues to challenge us, and the program must evolve to meet the needs of families today. The bill ensures that the 4Ps is not just temporary relief, but a pathway to stability and self-sufficiency. House Bill number 8647 introduces several key amendments. Adult education and livelihood support. Families will have access to alternative learning, entrepreneurship training, and skills development through TESDA and other agencies. This equips beneficiaries with the tools to earn and sustain income. Second, transition and graduation programs. Families nearing graduation will receive structured support so that they do not fall back into poverty. Case management and livelihood interventions will guide them towards stability. Third, expanded health and nutrition coverage. The bill provides a new grant of $350 per month for pregnant women and children up to 2 years old, covering the first 1,000 days of life. This ensures mothers and infants receive proper nutrition and care during the most critical stage of development. Fourth, rice subsidy. On top of cash grants, compliant households will receive a rice subsidy of not less than $600 per month for up to 12 months each year. This directly addresses food security and ensures families have access to staple food that sustains Filipino households. The bill also strengthens program management. First, beneficiaries will be identified through the community-based monitoring system, ensuring accurate, data-driven targeting. Second, the Advisory Council will include more agencies such as CHED, TESDA, DSUD, recognizing that poverty reduction requires education, housing, and skills training. Third, families who remain poor even after 7 years may continue in the program based on case manager recommendations so that no one is cut off prematurely. Colleagues, Mr. Speaker, this measure is not just about extending cash transfers. It is about making sure that every peso invested in the 4Ps leads to education, health, livelihood, and food security. It is about turning short-term support into long-term opportunity. I respectfully ask for your support for House Bill number 8647. Let us strengthen the 4Ps so that Filipino families can move from survival to stability and from dependence to dignity. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Maraming salamat, Congresswoman Montes, 4K party list. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to interpolate, I move that we terminate the period of sponsorship and debate.
There's a motion as stated, terminate the sponsorship and debate. Any objection? Chair hears none. Motion is approved, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
There's a motion as stated, open the period of amendments. Any objection? Chair hears none. Motion is approved. Majority Leader, proceed.
Mr. Speaker, there being no individual nor committee amendments, I move that we terminate the period of amendments.
There's a motion as stated. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Motion is approved. Please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote on second reading House Bill number 8647.
Yeah. There's a motion. Thank you. There's a motion to approve on second reading House Bill 8647. Correct, Majority Leader? 8647.
I stand corrected. 8647.
All those in favor say aye. All those against it say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 8647 stated is approved on second reading. Majority Leader, congratulations. And on a personal note, I was one time the chair when it was passed, and I believe also then Senator De Lima was also my counterpart when that measure 11 something was also approved. Right, ma'am? So, we're enhancing it. Daghang salamat, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we suspend session.
Session suspended. Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to our rules, I move for the omnibus consideration of the following local bills. House Bill number 755 under Committee Report number 168, House Bill number 2623 under Committee Report number 169, House Bill number 3279 under Committee Report 170, House Bill 4477 under Committee Report number 171, House Bill number 8609, Committee Report 124, House Bill number 8610, Committee Report 215, House Bill 8611, Committee Report 216. And for this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bills.
Secretary General, please proceed.
House Bill 755, an act establishing a district office of the Land Transportation Office in the city of Sagay, Negros Occidental. House Bill 2623, an act converting the extension office of the Land Transportation Office in the Zamboanga City Special Economic Zone and Freeport into a district office and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 3279, an act establishing a regular district office of the Land Transportation Office in the municipality of Viga, province of Catanduanes, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 4477, an act establishing the Land Transportation Office in the municipality of Taytay, province of Palawan, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 8609, an act upgrading the Land Transportation Office District Office in the city of Batac, province of Ilocos Norte, from Class D to Class C and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 8610, an act expanding the registration and issuance of licenses in the Pasig District Office of the Land Transportation Office and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill 8611, an act upgrading the District Office of the Land Transportation Office in the municipality of Naval, province of Biliran, from Class D to Class B and appropriating funds therefore.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of sponsorship and debate.
There's a motion to open the sponsorship and debate. Any objection? There is none. Motion approved. Please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to interpolate, I move that we terminate the period of sponsorship and debate.
There's a motion to terminate the period of sponsorship and debate. Any objections? There is none. Motion is approved. Please proceed, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
There is a motion to open the period of amendments. Any objection? Motion is approved. Please proceed.
Mr. Speaker, there being no individual nor committee amendments, I move that we terminate the period of amendment.
There is a motion to terminate the period of amendments. Any objection? Chair, here is none. Motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to vote on second reading the following House Bills. Number 755, House Bill 2623, House Bill 3279, House Bill 4477, House Bill 8609, House Bill 8610, House Bill 8611.
Thank you, Majority Leader. There's a motion to approve the second reading. House Bills 755, 2623, 3279, 4477, 8609, 8610, 8611. All those in favor say aye. All those who are against it say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill, as stated, 755, 2623, 3279, 4477, 8609, 8610, 8611. Hereby approved on second reading. Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the rules, I move for the omnibus consideration of the following Local bills. House Bill 8496, Committee Report 173, House Bill 8577, Committee Report 206, House Bill 8578, Committee Report 207, House Bill 8579, Committee Report 208, House Bill 8580, Committee Report 209, House Bill 8581, Committee Report 210, House Bill 8582, Committee Report 211, House Bill 8583, Committee Report 212, House Bill 8584, Committee Report 213, House Bill 8612, Committee Report 217, House Bill 8626, Committee Report 223, House Bill 8627, Committee Report 224. For this purpose, House Bill 8497, Committee Report 174, House Bill 8498, Committee Report 175, House Bill 8499, Committee Report 176, House Bill 3535, Committee Report 177, House Bill 2206, Committee Report 178, House Bill 1866, Committee Report 179, House Bill 8562, Committee Report 180, House Bill 8563, Committee Report 181, House Bill 839, Committee Report 182, House Bill 842, Committee Report 183, House Bill 8564, Committee Report 184, House Bill 901, Committee Report 185, House Bill 8565, Committee Report 186, House Bill 8566, Committee Report 187, House Bill 1663, Committee Report 188, House Bill 1664, Committee Report 189, House Bill 1665, Committee Report 190, House Bill 1666, Committee Report 191, House Bill 1667, Committee Report 192, House Bill 1668, Committee Report 193, House Bill 1669, Committee Report 194, House Bill 1672, Committee Report 5, House Bill 8568, Committee Report 196, House Bill 8569, Committee Report 197, House Bill 8570, Committee Report 198, House Bill 2928, Committee Report 199, House Bill 8571, Committee Report 200, House Bill 8572, Committee Report 201, House Bill 8573, Committee Report 202, House Bill 8574, Committee Report 203, House Bill 8575, Committee Report 204, House Bill 1005, Committee Report 205, House Bill 861, Committee Report 220, House Bill 8622, Committee Report 221, House Bill 8623, Committee Report 222. For this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bills.
Secretary General, please proceed. Thank you, ma'am.
House Bill number 8496, an act renaming the Tawi-Tawi Regional Agricultural College as the Tawi-Tawi State College, expanding its curricular offerings and strengthening its governing board. House Bill number 8577, an act converting the Balicuatro College of Arts and Trades in the Municipality of Allen, Province of Northern Samar, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Northern Samar Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefor. House Bill number 8578, an act establishing a polytechnic institution in the Municipality of Motyong, Province of Samar, to be known as the Motyong Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefor. House Bill number 8579, an act converting the Cagayan de Oro Bugo School of Arts and Trades in the city of Cagayan de Oro into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Cagayan de Oro Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefor. House Bill number 8580, an act converting the Northern Mindanao School of Fisheries in the Municipality of Buena Vista, Province of Agusan del Norte into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Northern Mindanao Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefor. House Bill 8581, an act establishing a polytechnic institution in the Municipality of Polangi, Province of Albay, to be known as the Polangi Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefor. House Bill number 8582, an act converting the Dipolog School of Fisheries in the city of Dipolo, province of Zamboanga del Norte, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Zamboanga del Norte Polytechnic Institute of Fisheries and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 8583, an act converting the Agusan del Sur School of Arts and Trades in the municipality of Prosperidad, province of Agusan del Sur, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Agusan del Sur Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 8584, an act converting the Sorsogon National Agricultural School in the municipality of Castilla, province of Sorsogon, into a polytechnic institution to be known as the Sorsogon Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 8612, an act establishing a polytechnic institution in the municipality of Santa Maria, province of Bulacan, to be known as the Santa Maria Polytechnic Institute and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 8626, an act establishing a College of Medicine in the Eastern Samar State University in the city of Borongan, province of Eastern Samar, and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 8627, an act converting the South Cotabato State College in the municipality of Suralia, province of South Cotabato, into a state university to be known as the South Cotabato State University and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 8497, an act naming the entire stretch of the Santander, Barili, Toledo National Road, traversing Barangay San Sebastian, Colase, Dalahican, Tangbo, Bonbon, Poblacion, and Suba in the municipality of Sumbuan, through barangays Mantalongon, Tubod, Dakit, Kalubihan, Patupat, Azucena, Santa Ana, Poblacion, Manganoy, Ibangan, Sayaw, Minolos, and Yawanon in the municipality of Barili, province of Cebu as the Pablo P. Garcia Highway. House Bill number 8498, an act naming the diversion road commencing at the Ormoc Baybay Southern Leyte Boundary Road in Barangay Bantigue and traversing Barangay Sumanga, Patag, Donghol, Biliboy, San Pablo up to the diversion junction at the Paulo Cariga Ormoc Road in the city of Ormoc, province of Leyte as the Mayor Vicente G. Torres Sr. Avenue. House Bill number 8499, an act naming the road from Barangay West Junction of Hermosilla Drive through Barangay North, Rizal Extension Road up to Barangay Donghol, Lake Imelda Road, which is also referred to by the Department of Public Works and Highways as the Ormoc Lake Imelda National Tertiary Road in the city of Ormoc, province of Leyte as the Judge Benjamin Pongo Sr. Avenue. House Bill number 3535, an act creating a district engineering office in the 6th Legislative District of the province of Isabela and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 2206, an act creating a district engineering office in the 6th Legislative District of the province of Batangas and appropriating funds therefore. House Bill number 1866, an act establishing the Camarines Norte 1st District Engineering Office of the Department of Public Works and Highways in the municipality of Labo, province of Camarines Norte, renaming the existing District Engineering Office in the municipality of Daet as the Camarines Norte 2nd District Engineering Office and appropriating funds therefore.
House Bill 8562, an act declaring the municipality of Colombio, province of Sultan Kudarat, as a tourism development area. House Bill 8563, an act declaring Banga Caves, located in the municipality of Ragay, province of Camarines Sur, as an ecotourism destination. House Bill 839, an act declaring Can Umantad Falls, located in Barangay Kadapdapan, municipality of Candihay, province of Bohol, an ecotourism site. An act declaring Kangkoka Hills, located in Barangay Kambane, municipality of Candihay, province of Bohol, an ecotourism zone. House Bill 8564, an act declaring Barangay Managa in Sitio Balutakay, municipality of Bansalan, province of Davao del Sur, as a farm tourism destination. House Bill 901, an act declaring Mabanog Falls, located in Barangay Darapuay, municipality of Bansalan, province of Davao del Sur, an ecotourism site. House Bill 8565, an act declaring the Pasig Islet, located in Barangay Bato, municipality of Santa Cruz, province of Davao del Sur, as an ecotourism site. House Bill 8566, an act declaring Barangay Kapatagan in the city of Digos, province of Davao del Sur, as an ecotourism destination. House Bill 1663, an act establishing the Battle of the Sibuyan Sea Memorial Shrine in the municipality of Kahidiocan, province of Romblon, and declaring it a tourism destination. House Bill 1664, an act declaring the Binukot Beach area located in Barangay Bunsoran, municipality of Ferrol, province of Romblon, an ecotourism destination. House Bill 1665, an act declaring the Kolong Beach located in the municipality of Corcuera, province of Romblon, a tourism destination. House Bill 1666, an act declaring the municipality of San Jose, popularly known as Isla de Carabao, province of Romblon, a tourism destination. House Bill 1667, an act declaring the Looc Bay area located in the municipality of Looc, province of Romblon, an ecotourism destination. House Bill 1668, an act declaring the Payaya Sog Beach located in Barangay Mangansag, municipality of Corcuera, province of Romblon, a tourism destination. House Bill 1669, an act declaring the ruins of Cota de San Jose located in the municipality of Corcuera, Province of Romblon, a tourism site. House Bill 1672, an act declaring the Siki It Elepante Rock Formation located in the coast of Barangay Labnig, Municipality of Corcuera, Province of Romblon, a tourism site. House Bill 8568, an act declaring the Bakhawan Eco Park located in Barangay New Buswang, Municipality of Calibo, Province of Aklan as an ecotourism zone. House Bill 8569, an act declaring the immediate environs of the National Shrine of Padre Pio, commonly known as Padre Pio Shrine, located in Barangay San Pedro, City of Santo Tomas, Province of Batangas as a tourism destination. House Bill 8570, an act declaring the Municipality of Barlig in Mountain Province as a tourism development area. House Bill 2928, an act declaring the Municipality of San Fernando, Province of Romblon, a tourism development area. House Bill 8571, an act declaring the Palani Beach, located in the Municipality of Balud, Province of Masbate, as an ecotourism destination. House Bill 8572, an act declaring the Bien Unido Double Barrier Reef and its immediate and underwater environs in the Municipality of Bien Unido, Province of Bohol, as a tourism destination. House Bill 8573, an act declaring Ulot River in the Municipality of Paranas, Province of Samar, an ecotourism destination. House Bill 8574, an act declaring Sitio Pulak-Pulacan, located in Barangay San Fernando, City of Talisay, Province of Negros Occidental, as an ecotourism zone. House Bill 8575, an act declaring the Agusan Marsh, located in the municipalities of Talacogon, San Francisco, Rosario, Bunawan, Loreto, La Paz, and Viruela, all in the province of Agusan del Sur, as an ecotourism zone. House Bill 1005, an act declaring the Congressman Edelmiro A. Amante Sr. Mapaso Resort and Adventure Nature Park, located in the municipality of Santiago, province of Agusan del Norte, an ecotourism zone. House Bill 8621, an act upgrading the Kalinga Provincial Hospital in the city of Tabuk, province of Kalinga, into a Level 3 regional hospital to be known as the Northern Cordillera Regional Medical Center and appropriating funds therefor. House Bill 8622, an act establishing in the city of Valencia, province of Bukidnon, a multi-specialty hospital and research center to be known as the Bukidnon Farmers Research and Medical Center and appropriating funds therefor. House Bill 8623, an act renaming the Jose B. Lingad Memorial General Hospital in the city of San Fernando, province of Pampanga, to Jose B. Lingad Medical Center, increasing its bed capacity from 1,000 to 1,500 beds, upgrading its professional healthcare services and facilities, authorizing the increase of its medical personnel, and appropriating funds therefor, repealing for the purpose Republic Act number 11359.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to open the period of sponsorship and debate and that the respected explanatory notes be considered as the sponsorship of the said measures.
There's a motion as stated. Any objection? Hearing none. Motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to interpolate on the said measures, I move to close the period of sponsorship and debate.
There's a motion to close the period of debate. Is there any objection? Chair hears none. Motion is approved. Please proceed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to open the period of amendments and approve the committee amendments, if any, as contained in the respective committee reports of the bills.
There is a motion as stated. Any objection? Chair hears none. Motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no individual amendments, I move to close the period of amendments.
There's a motion to close the period of individual amendments. In objection, Chair hears none. Motion is approved. Please proceed, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to vote on the second reading the following House bills. House Bill 755, House Bill 2623, House Bill 3279, House Bill 4477, House Bill 8609, House Bill 8610, House Bill 8611, House Bill 8496, House Bill 8577, House Bill 8578, House Bill 8579, House Bill 8580, House Bill 8581, House Bill 8582, House Bill 8583, House Bill 8584, House Bill 8612, House Bill 8626, House Bill 8627, House Bill 8497, House Bill 8498, House Bill 8499, House Bill 3535, House Bill 2206, House Bill 1866, House Bill 8562, House Bill 8563, House Bill 839, House Bill 842, House Bill 8564, House Bill 901, House Bill 8565, House Bill 8566, House Bill 1663, House Bill 1664, House Bill 1665, House Bill 1666, House Bill 1667, House Bill 1668, House Bill 1669, House Bill 1672, House Bill 8568, House Bill 8569, House Bill 8570, House Bill 2928, House Bill 8571, House Bill 8572, House Bill 8573, House Bill 8574, House Bill 8575, House Bill 1005, House Bill 8621, House Bill 8622, and House Bill 8623.
Daghang salamat, Majority Leader. There is a motion to approve on second reading the aforementioned bills. All those in favor say aye. All those against it say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill, as already mentioned, aforementioned bills, hereby approved on second reading. Majority Leader, please. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Congressman Nazal, what is your pleasure?
I rise on a matter of personal and collective privilege.
May I inquire as to your this privilege?
It's concerning the global fuel crisis, its cascading effects on our economy, our supply chains, and most urgently, our domestic shipping industry.
Thank you. You have 10 minutes, Congressman Nazal. Please
Thank
proceed,
you.
sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, esteemed colleagues, I rise today on a matter of personal and collective privilege concerning the grave threat to our national food security, supply chains, and the very survival of the Philippine domestic shipping industry, and ultimately on the Filipino people. As an archipelagic nation of over 7,600 islands, our maritime industry is the lifeblood of our economy. However, the escalation of the United States-Israel-Iran conflict that began on February 28, 2026, has triggered a global fuel crisis that now threatens to paralyze our inter-island commerce. This recent escalation of geopolitical tensions has triggered a sharp and unprecedented increase in global oil prices. In the Philippines, marine diesel prices have nearly doubled from around 51 to 55 pesos per liter to as high as 100 pesos per liter and going up continuously, placing immense financial strain on our shipping operators, for whom fuel already comprises a significant portion of operating costs. Fuel, which traditionally accounts for 35 to 40% of vessel expenses, now consumes up to 80% of operating costs. Despite regulatory measures allowing up to a 20% increase in fares and freight rates, these adjustments are insufficient to offset the almost 100% surge in fuel costs. As a result, shipping companies are now compelled to reduce trips, suspend routes, or pass on additional costs to consumers. This is not just a shipping problem. If our vessels stop sailing, our people stop eating. Our economy depends heavily on inter-island shipping for the movement of goods, food, and people. Any disruption in the sector directly translates to higher commodity prices, supply chain instability, and increased inflation, burdens that fall most heavily on ordinary Filipinos. We are already seeing shipping operators reducing trips and suspending routes. If left unaddressed, this will lead to hyperinflation of basic commodities and food, supply chain disruptions, we face the real risk of disrupted food supply in island provinces, loss of mobility for millions of sea-dependent travelers, and widespread economic consequences. It is the collective duty of this august body to protect the dignity of our institutions by ensuring we are not helpless in the face of global shocks. We cannot sit idly by while a pricing distortion occurs, where bulk marine fuel is now more expensive than retail pump prices. I call now for an urgent congressional inquiry in aid of legislation to summon the Department of Energy, Marina, and the Philippine Ports Authority. Number one, to establish a fuel price index mechanism for automatic, transparent fare adjustments. Number two, implement an emergency relief, including the temporary waiver of PPA port fees and marina tonnage dues. Number three, investigate fuel price distortions to ensure fair pricing for our domestic fleet. Mr. Speaker, the time to act is now. Hindi natin maaring hayaang huminto ang paggalaw ng ating mga barko, sapagkat kapag tumigil ang daloy ng kalakal, titigil din ang ating ekonomiya. Ang laban na ito ay hindi lamang para sa industriya. Ito ay para sa bawat pamilyang Pilipino na umaasa sa abot-kayang pagkain, maayos na transportasyon at matatag na kabuhayan. The urgency of this issue demands swift and decisive legislative action. I move that this matter be referred to the appropriate committee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Maraming salamat, BH Party List, Congressman Representative Nazal. Majority Leader.
I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Nazal to the Committee on Rules for its appropriate action.
There's a motion as stated of the speech of PH Party List Congressman Nazal. Any objection? Here's none. Motion is approved. Majority Leader.
I move that we...
Mr. Speaker.
The gentleman.
This representation rises on a matter of privilege to set the record straight.
On what privilege is this?
On the claim that the congressional hearing caused the continuing decline on sugar prices.
Okay. The gentleman, you'll have 10 minutes, please. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it has come to our attention that screenshots of messages have circulated online blaming the House of Representatives for the decline in sugar prices. What makes this worse is that the person behind these claims appears to be an SRA official. One such message reads, kung pwede natin i-flash po sa screen ang screenshot na ito. Sorry to say, but this was the result of yesterday's congressional hearing. Feb 6, the hearing was announced by Congress and Senate. SRA asked to delay it after milling. After that, we saw a stop in the upswing and the next was 10 down. Mr. Speaker, this is not just wrong. It is baseless and irresponsible. And it is deeply troubling that the accusation appears to come from within the very agency whose own policies created this crisis. Rather than answer for the oversupply it authorized, the SRA would rather point the finger at the institution that chose to investigate it. So what drove these sugar prices down? Sugar is a physical commodity. Its price moves on supply and demand, on the actual volume of sugar sitting in warehouses against what is being consumed. When the current milling season opened in October 2025, total physical sugar inventory stood at 902,082 metric tons, which is a 44% increase over the previous year. The carryover stock of 738,633 metric tons was the second highest in a decade, nearly double the ideal buffer of 400,000 metric tons. Mr. Speaker, sugar order number 8 authorized the importation of 424,000 metric tons of refined sugar, with arrivals scheduled between July and November 2025, right on top of the opening months of domestic milling. The Negros sugar leaders had recommended only 150,000 metric tons. The surplus flooded the market at the worst possible time, when our farmers were bringing their cane to mill. A stable farm gate price sits between 2,500 and 2,800 pesos per 50 kilo bag. By January 2026, mill gate prices had collapsed to 2,000 to 2,200 pesos, a 38% drop from the previous season, well below the 2,500 cost of production. Molasses fell 56% from 17,000 to 7,500 per ton. Between October and December 2025, the industry lost 7.28 billion pesos. If nothing changes, Mr. Speaker, losses will exceed 20 billion pesos by June 2026. And all of this happened before the hearing was announced. Commodity prices move on new information. The surplus that came out during the hearing was not new. Everyone in the industry already knew this. The data had been circulating for months. No trader changed course because of something they already understood. Traders did not stop buying because of a congressional inquiry. They stopped buying because their warehouses were full. Millers were at maximum storage. You cannot force a buyer to take sugar he has no room for. The brief uptick in prices earlier this quarter was driven by export shipments to United States under the 2025 WTO tariff rate quota. Once those shipments were done, reality came back. Some may point to price dips after our hearings, but a hearing did not cause a price dip. It can only expose instability that was already there. And the source of that instability has never been in question. The SRA's importation policies, specifically Sugar Order Number 8, put far more sugar into the market than the market can absorb. Here's what makes SO8 so troubling. Executive Order Number 18 directs the SRA to maintain a balance that ensures stabilized prices at a level reasonably profitable to producers. And that is the mandate. Yet SO8 authorized 424,000 metric tons of imports with an arrival deadline of November 30, 2025, dumping cheap refined sugar into the market at the exact moment the milling season opened in October. The SRA and the Department of Agriculture later imposed an import moratorium through mid-2026 tells you everything, Mr. Speaker. They would not have done that if SO8's timing had not destabilized the market. The agency issued order that produced the very harm it was supposed to prevent. Together with the Committee on Agriculture and Food, we have asked the SRA, Sugar Regulatory Administration, twice for the complete list of traders who were allocated import volumes under SO8. Once during the public consultation in Talisay City, Negros Occidental, again during the sugar hearing at the House. Twice asked, twice refused. If there's nothing to hide, Mr. Speaker, why will they not give us the list? Once a market has been killed by oversupply, nothing else matters. Not a hearing, not a new cycle. The damage has been done long before we convened. These hearings conducted in aid of legislation gave the Department of Agriculture the evidence it needed to extend the sugar import ban through December 2026. That moratorium is the single most important protection our industry has right now against cheap foreign sugar. The Committee on Agriculture and Food, chaired by Representative Mark Enverga, did its job. It heard from planters, millers, refiners, regulators, and farmers. It examined the numbers, and the is now the basis for corrective action. And that is exactly, Mr. Speaker, what Congress is supposed to do. There's another cost to this crisis that has not gotten enough attention. Feedstock makes about 67% to 73% of bioethanol production costs. When sugar and molasses price collapse, bioethanol becomes more expensive than imported gasoline. The math stops working and the fuel alternative disappears. And so does an additional income source for our farmers. But Mr. Speaker, before any hearing was called, sugar prices were already crushing our farmers. Planters in Negros were losing 1,000 pesos on every ton of sugarcane delivered, 60,000 to 70,000 lost per hectare. Families who have worked the land for generations were being pushed to the point of walking away from it. So what would those who blame us have us do? Sit still while hundreds of thousands of families suffer? Look the other way while an industry that sustains more than 5 million Filipinos falls apart because of bad regulation? That is something this representation will never do. We heard our people, and from the Negros Occidental consultation to the House Committee hearing, every voice confirmed what we already knew. Our farmers need protection, and they need it now. Mr. Speaker, sugar, especially for those in Negros Occidental, is how many families eat. It is how children go to school. It is the life of hundreds of thousands of people across this country. We will not let anyone shift the blame, muddy the discussion, or silence the institution that has the courage to ask the hard questions. We will keep fighting for our farmers until not a single farmer is forced off their land by a market rigged against them. I encourage my fellow officials, especially those representing sugar districts, to look deeper into this matter. Our farmers cannot afford for us to look away. The more of us who demand answers, the harder it becomes for anyone to keep them from us. Ang hearing nga ila ginabasol, amo ang nagaprotekta sa aton nga industriya. Madamong salamat, Mr. Speaker.
Salamat gid, Javier Miguel Lopez Benitez, 3rd District, Negros Occidental. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we refer the speech of the Honorable Javi Benitez to the Committee on Rules for its appropriate action.
There's a motion to refer the speech of Congressman Benitez. Any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to designate Representative Christopher Sheen P. Gonzalez, Vice Representative Antonio L. Tino to the Conference Committee on the disagreeing provisions of House Bill number 4745 and Senate Bill number 1937, institutionalizing the public basic education schools in geographically isolated and disadvantaged and conflict-affected areas, providing access roads leading to last-mile schools.
There's a motion to designate Representative Christopher Sheen P. Gonzalez, Vice Representative Antonio L. Tino of the said Conference Committee. Is there no objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the change of referral of the following measures. House Bill numbers 228, 2541, 3446, 5553, 6050, 6392, 6506, 6507, 6806, 6834, and 6932 from the Committee on Health to the Committees on Health and Welfare of Children. House Resolution numbers 466, 496, and 506 from the Committee on Health to the Committees on Health and Welfare of Children. House Bill number 3461 from the Committee on Local Government to the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms. House Bill numbers 4380, 4489, 4611, 4853, 4935, 4041, 5402, 5943, 6235, 6721, 6761, 6772, 6778, 6792, 6795, 6898, 6903, 6909, 7296, 7389, 7450, 7461, 7881, 8029, and 8133 from the Committee on Appropriations to the Committee on Information and Information's Technology. House Bill number 639, 4453, 5699, 5798, 6322, 6398, 6864, 6967, and 7240 from the Committee on Government Reorganization to the Committees on Justice and Government Reorganization. House Bill numbers 4789 and 6163 from the Committee on Health to the Committee on Trade and Industry and Health. House Bill number 5954 from the Committee on Social Services to the Committee on Poverty Alleviation. And House Bill number 6698 from the Committee on Agriculture and Food to the Committee on Trade and Industry.
Daghang salamat. There's a motion to change for referral of these whereas stated measures. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion for a change of referral of aforementioned measures is hereby approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to include additional co-authors to House Bill numbers 4706, 8360, 8389, 8418, 8464, 8466, 8468, 8469, 8476, 8477, and 8647. House Resolution numbers 820, 839, 849, and 892, and House Concurrent Resolution number 12 as contained in the list to be submitted by the Committee on Rules.
Daghang salamat, Majority Leader. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader again, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move to authorize all committees, including the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, to conduct meetings and/or public hearings, if deemed necessary, during the House recess from March 19, 2026 to May 3, 2026. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Daghang salamat, Majority Leader. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, considering that copies of Journal number 32 dated March 9 to 11, 2026 were already distributed to the members, I move to dispense with the reading thereof and subsequently to approve the said journal. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The reading of the said journal is dispensed with, and the journal number 32, dated March 9 to 11, 2026, is hereby approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend session for a few minutes.
Session suspended. And then. Session resume. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move of business and request that the Secretary General read the titles of the resolutions.
Secretary
moved.
General, please proceed, ma'am.
Additional reference of business. House Resolution 905. Resolution urging banks, remittance centers, and other financial service providers to adopt temporary measures including the waiver or reduction of remittance and transaction fees to ease the financial burden of Filipinos in the Middle East and their families, by Representative Marcos.
Majority Leader.
Mi-
Committee on Rules. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to consider the adoption of House Resolution number 905 and request that for this purpose request that the Secretary General read the title of this resolution.
Secretary General, please proceed, ma'am.
House Resolution 905, urging banks, remittance centers, and other financial service providers to adopt temporary measures, including the waiver or reduction of remittance and transaction fees, to ease the financial burden of Filipinos in the Middle East and their families.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adopt House Resolution number 905.
There's a motion to adopt, said House Resolution 905. All those in favor say aye. All those who are against it say nay. The ayes have it. Said motion, House Resolution 905 is hereby adopted. Majority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend session for a few minutes.
Thank you. Session suspended.
Session resume. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, on the part of the majority, I move to nominate and elect as Deputy Speakers Representative Maria Rachel J. Arenas, Representative Vincent Franco Duque D. Frasco, and Representative Alfredo Albi B. Benitez. I so move.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. Majority Floor Leader.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Speaker of the House, Faustino Boji D. III, will now address the body.
Mga kasama sa kapulungan at sa ating pong mga kababayan. Ngayon, buwan ng Marso, ipinagdiriwang natin ang National Women's Month. Kinikilala natin ang lakas, talino, at malasakit ng kababaihang Pilipino. We reminded our people that women are not only at the heart of our homes, they are at the forefront of nation building. Sa bawat sektor, mula sa edukasyon, kalusugan, negosyo hanggang sa pamamahala, malaki po ang naiambag ng kababaihan sa paghubog ng isang matatag at makatarungang lipunan. Saludo po kami sa inyo. Mabuhay po ang ating mga kababaihan. Kasabay din nito, nakikiisa rin tayo sa ating mga kapatid na Muslim sa pagdiriwang ng banal na buwan ng Ramadan. This is a sacred time of reflection, discipline, compassion, and generosity. It reminds us of the importance of faith, selflessness, and of caring for those most in need. Isa po itong paalala sa ating lahat na anuman ang ating pananampalataya, ang tunay na lakas sa ating bansa ay nagmumula sa pagkakaisa, paggalang at malasakit sa isa't isa. As we move forward, we do so in a time of global uncertainty. The ongoing tensions in the Middle East remind us that events beyond our borders can deeply affect the lives of our people. To rising fuel costs, increasing prices of goods, and economic instability. Sa nakalipas na buwan, pinagsikapan ng kapulungan na paigtingin ang paglilingkod sa pamamagitan ng mga sumusunod na hakbang. Una, agad nating tinutukan ang panukalang tutugon sa epekto ng Middle East crisis pagkatapos itong i-certify as urgent ng ating mahal na Pangulong Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. na ipasa po natin ang House Bill 8418 upang mabigyan siya ng kapangyarihang bawasan o suspindihin ang excise tax sa langis kung kinakailangan upang ma-regulate ang pagtaas ng presyo nito. Pangalawa, naipasa po natin ang amendments to the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act at ang Presidential Merit Scholarship Program. Ilan po ito sa mga hakbang na magpapalakas sa edukasyon alinsunod sa layunin ng ating Presidente na tutukan ang kinabukasan ng kabataang Pilipino. Ipinasa rin natin ang Digital Payments Act, isang panukala na magpapabilis ng digitalization ng serbisyo sa pamahalaan upang ang pakikipagtransaksyon sa gobyerno ay maging madali, maayos at magaan para sa bawat Pilipino. Sa pamamagitan ng digital payments, mababawasan ang red tape at mas magiging transparent na kung saan napupunta ang binayad ng ating mga kababayan. At matapos ang matagal ng panahong hinihintay ng ating mga kababayan, isinulong ng kapulungan ang Anti-Political Dynasty Bill. Naglunsad po tayo ng mga konsultasyon sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao para makuha ang sentimento ng ating pong mga kababayan. Kahapon ay nagsimula ang deliberasyon sa plenaryo at tinatapos natin ngayong araw. All in all, through the hard work of the members of this chamber, the House leadership, lalong-lalo na po kay Majority Leader Sandro Marcos, the officials and the employees, we have passed 17 out of the 52 LEDAC priority measures. Ito po ay patunay na ang kapulungan ay masigla at masipag na nagtatrabaho. Sa inyong lahat, mga kasama, mga opisyal, at mga kawani sa ating Kongreso, maraming salamat po sa inyo. Ang tagumpay pong ito ay tagumpay nating lahat at tagumpay ng sambayanang Pilipino. It is clear that through collective efforts, the members of this chamber are ready and willing to pass the laws and provide the funds for the programs necessary to address the needs of our countrymen. Ngunit, upang maging ganap na epektibo ang mga hangaring ito, kinakailangan natin tiyakin na ang mga pondong inilaan ng Kongreso ay makarating sa mga mamamayan ng maagap. Dahil ang batas na hindi na ipapatupad ay nananatiling isang papel na walang halaga, ang serbisyo na hindi nakakarating sa tao ay huwad na paglilingkod. Kahit po maganda ang naipasang budget, it will mean nothing if the resources for the people do not reach them on time. Kaya naman po, sa mga kaibigan natin sa DBM, ayusin niyo naman ang inyong trabaho. Bilis-bilisin niyo naman ang igilos. Gawin niyo naman ang inyong mga tungkulin para maging maayos at may patupad na ang mga programang sasagot sa kasalukuyang pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan sa iba't ibang mga reyon. Huwag yun nung sayangin ang oras at huwag na huwag nating paghintayin ang taong bayan. Ika nga, aanuin pa ang damo kung patay na po ang kabayo. Ang serbisyo ay mahalaga at mararamdaman lamang kung ito'y napaparating sa tamang oras. Umaapela kami sa inyo hindi bilang kritiko, kundi bilang katuwang ninyo sa mabilis at agarang pagtugon sa pangangailangan ng taong bayan. Mga kasamahan, as we go on recess, our work does not stop. The work of the House does not end when the session hall becomes quiet. Tuloy pa rin po ang ating trabaho. And let me assure our kababayan, babalik po kami sa aming mga lugar, dala-dala ang misyong patuloy na maglilingkod para maibsan ang bigat ng pinapasan ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino sa panahong matinding pagsubok. Titiyakin po natin na ang mga bawat proyekto at programa ay may sasakatuparan ng maayos, mabilis at mahusay. The 20th Congress stands ready. We will act decisively, responsibly to lessen the impacts brought about by the global crisis. Hindi po kami titigil sa paghahanap ng paraan upang malampasan natin ang hamon at maitawid natin ang buhay ng bawat pamilyang Pilipino. Mga kapwa ko pong mambabatas, the true measure of our work is not how many bills we pass, but how many lives we uplift. And so, as we temporarily close this chapter, let us remember that our duty does not rest. Our responsibility does not diminish, and our commitment to the Philippine people remains unwavering. We will leave this hall not as individuals, but as stewards of the people's trust, carrying with us the same mission to serve, to protect, and to uplift. Makakaasa po kayo sa inyong mga kinatawan ay puspusang magtatrabaho para sa kapakanan ng bawat Pilipino. At sa darating pong mahal na araw, Sama-sama po tayong magnilay at gamitin ang panahong ito para palalimin ang ating pananalig, pagtibayin ang ating ugnayan sa ating mga pamilya, at paigtingin ang malasakit sa ating kapwa, lalo na po sa mga higit ng mga nangangailangan. Isa pong mapayapa, makahulugan, mapagpalang araw po sa ating lahat. Maraming salamat at mabuhay po ang sambayan ng Pilipinas. Majority Floor Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to adjourn session until the 4th of May, 2026, on Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I so move.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The session is adjourned until May 4, 2026, Monday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Kunin ko muna.